It's just the first day pero puno na ito ng mga banger matches. Kaya naman makikita na natin ang ating pinakahuling match. It's gonna be Team Stallions versus Execration. At ano ang sasabi natin dito sa tabatan na to as a Exifam dito, Bipolar?
Exifam, kinik na ako dyan, Moch. Let's go Stallions! Hindi, joke lang. I mean, let's see, no? I mean, wala namang issue dun, guys. No, don't worry. But, going back to the topic, no, Execration and Stallions is gonna be the high point pagdating dito sa series. Pagdating sa day 1 natin, no, Mochi. Intense na ito agad yung pinagtapat natin. Sanay tayo last time na VP Stallions inuuna, pero ngayon, somehow, the luck of the draw, Execration and Stallions will meet again, but in the first round, or first day, pagdating sa group stage. Ang tanong ngayon, Mochi, sino ang makakuha ng first step towards EWC and that podium finish?
Of course, though, especially with the recent integration of Revenge for Team Stallions and as well as UTIB dito naman sa side ng Execration. But let us first focus on STS. I am already running out of words kung paano natin i-explain kung paano lumaro ang Team Stallions because every single time they always find a way to improve and perfect all of their executes, no? Absolute domination nga ang kanilang pinapakita dito with actually news na gumambala sa buong mundo, yumanig sa buong CFPH scene na sabi, hello, si Revenge nasa Team Stallions na, and at the same time actually showing na parang siya ang nagiging role model ni KLP dito because KLP has been the one here for Team Stallions so far, even from what we have witnessed from qualifiers, and right now, no, we still have Revenge dito sa ating PubMat, but guys, si KLP pa rin ang lalaro.
Yun ang ano, KLP will be playing today, pero it's very crazy na iba ang makeup artist compared sa Team Stallions on day number 1 pictures. Pero yeah, Team Stallions, great force man. I feel like marami nagsasabi ng question mark nga dito si Revenge, but I think he's a great addition, Mochi. Iba ang kalibre ng isang veterano tulad ni Revenge na pumupuntirya ng mga international teams way back when. But KLP will be playing today, so we'll be seeing the entire roster, basically the full form of Team Stallions today and their very first match. One thing to say though, Mochi, nung nakausap natin si Coach Tanks beforehand tayo mag-broadcast ngayon, na tinanong natin siya na ano nga bang nagagawa dito ng Stallions? Paano nila na-create yung gap up against the entirety of the Filipino region or the rest of Southeast Asia? Ang sinabi niya lang dito is by being the most obsessed among everyone else. Yun lang kasimple. And that's intense. Kasi hindi lang yun sa kills, hindi lang yun sa wins, but that's preparation, and that's all it takes. Team Stallions now with their journey, Execration unang laban, and I feel like this is the most easiest lineup para sa Team Stallions. Tingnan mo naman, yung VP, yung kalaban talaga ng rivalry is at the very end.
Wala. Ano na talaga yun no? Parang quite of a constant na dito sa ating equation of CF scene formula, no, na VP ang laging dulong katapat dito ng Team Stallions. And I would also like to amplify that narrative, no, Bipolar. It's pretty rare to find a team as a whole with the same level of obsession dito sa ating laro. But I feel like mas angat lang ng kaunti itong kay Coach Tanks, no? Kasi every single time they always see and show na, oo, talagang obsessed ka sila dito sa laro. Kasi every single time, bound to dominate and they are in the process of proving just that. And the question here din siguro, no, for the side of Execration is, would they be able to become quite of an obstacle kontra dito, no, sa Team Stallions even after all of the history that we have with them so far, that there are some certain times na hihirapan sila tumapos, pero sobrang dikit ng ilang mga laban natin kasama sila against Team Stallions. Kaya pakilala na natin kung mga bang meron dito for Execration. Again, still the favorites though. We have Paul, we have CBN, we have Justin, MVA, when +1 natin dito si Yotem as ZYK became the sub/the coach dito sa ating Execration team.
Yeah, ito na nga, Execration, the Exifam, the X-Shot will be fighting up against Stallions. Pero with this lineup, Mochi, na first time natin may kita in the group stage of all things, na mawawala si ZYK, their IGL, their main sniper for the longest of time, at mapapalitan siya ng young prospect that we call Yotib coming in from Kerdas. Yes, nakita natin dito na kaya ni Yotib mambuhat ng isang team. Pero that's in Kerdas form. In Execration, can you work out? Plus, yung isa pang problem dito, Mocho, not really a problem lang, yung kailangan lang makamit and ma-push forward dito ng Execration is that ang kanilang IGL is MBA. Correct me if I'm wrong. But with that iteration kasi, Mochi, napili nga lang ba dito si MBA just because he has experience, because he's the oldest pagdating dito sa roster na to, or do they really rely on that? Well, we already have the answers to that. Everyone had a vote, and lahat yun papunta kay MBA. So, I feel like the trust will be good, but it's now a trying point. Kung paano nga ba ibababa ni CBN yung kamay niya, pero hindi na ibababa yan kasi ready na sila sumabak sa laban.
Ready na sila dito ngayon, no? And dude, I just find it funny then, no, na beforehand, Yotib destroyed them and then right now, he's already part of them, no? If you can beat Yotib, no? Let Yotib join you.
Yes,
yun ang nangyari dito for Execration. And, but we still have to take note and remember na back in qualips, no, na talo sila sa Pervid na wala ng J-Kim. So I feel like that also shows kung ano ang estado ng Execration dito ngayon. And here is also, oh my gosh, parang binaliktad ata yung kanilang schedule nung spring, no? Kasi STS at MVP agad ang kanilang katapat dito ngayon as well. So again, starting it off, I feel like Bang is an understated. Starting off with a very steep mountain dito, no, para sa kanilang schedule. Well, we'll see how Execration will be handling that.
Sisipos muna dito ang buong Execration. They're gonna be pushing this boulder way up above the skies, pero mahirap yung mga boulders na kailangan nilang i-push towards the tip of the apex of the mountain. Plus, you know what, Mochi, a little bit of backside din pagdating dito sa Execration squad, no? We asked, A7J, siya nawala, siya na rin yung IGL last time, na parang siya rin na misa, na mas naging full form bang Execration now that Yotib is in? Are they better? Are they worse? Are they on par sa past iterations ng ating Execration? He did say na mas lumakas, actually. He's confident. So it's a good sign. Kasi Yotib is young, pero nawala daw yung pinakabata kasi siya pa rin daw yung pinakabata doon. 2000 ko nga siya pinanganak. But, I feel like Execration is gonna be having a lot of tough times, pero they're confident and that's what you all need.
Yup, indeed. At pinagtapat ang dalawang sniperoonies. We have KL Boy and Yotib. Nako, ewan ko na lang talaga, no? I feel like dito na mag-rise up na naman ang ating mga tao na magsasabi KLP is more of a team player. Yotib is an asset of his own, no? Siguro. Pero ano bang thoughts mo doon, Bipolar?
I feel like, Moche, itong head-to-head natin, kailangan natin to i-compare with two words, no? Reliability versus explosiveness. Yun ang maglalaban-laban dito. Just because KLP is reliable in sense, yes, he is very confident as a sniper, pero yun yung asahan mo kay KLP. He gives you frags that are out of this world pero in the most normal kind of cases. Meanwhile, Yotib will go for full extents. And feeling ko, in the squad like Execration, kaya niya mapakita yon. But it really ends up kung sino nga bang pinaka-on fire sa ating mga snipers.
Yep, kaya naman, i-reveal na rin natin ano yung mga mapang paglalaroan ng ating dalawang teams ngayon, no? Alam naman natin kung ano kanilang mga paborito ng mga mapang paglaruan at mukhang agad-agad na pinili ng Execration ang ating mapa of Ankara, Eagle Eye, chosen by STS, and our decider is going to be New Compound. If tayo ay aabot sa mapa ng New Compound, I am really excited kung ano yung makikita natin dito. Kasi so far, STS is still in the process of perfecting it, but for Execration, they already know what to do here.
Yeah, they already know what to do. Lalo na dito si Yotib, no? It's very simple, GR side nila. Put Yotib on exit and no one can enter A. Yun basically yung plano dito na Execration. But I'm really concerned. Last time na nakita naglaan tong dalawang teams na to was on the group stage of Spring Masters kung saan naging 2-0 ang scoreline in favor ng Team Stallions. Pero wait lang, 2-0, naging madali ba yung laban na yun? No! Kasi both of those maps na napanalo ng Stallions, sabi ng Execration, mag-overtime tayo for both halves. And itong Ankara natin was their second, now being its first. Can they replicate a 13-11 scoreline pero in the favor naman ng Execration since they did pick this up? 8.0, kaya nila yan. You have the likes of CBN, MBA, Justin knows how to play this map solely. especially na Yotib is in, they have a sniper that can easily battle these two snipers na ilalabas ng Team Stallions, which is not just KLP, but KLB. New compound though, I'm very scared for Execration. Yes, they know what to do, but Stallions knows it better. Preparation is at an utmost high, so tingnan natin kung nakapag-prepare din ng todong-todo ang Execration.
Yeah, and that's also the scary thing, no? Them being in the process of perfecting it just means that you should be expecting na merong bagong ilalapag dito ang STS.
Oh, yeah.
If and only if na tayo makaabot sa ating mapa ng new compound. Kasi ano naman ang kalimitang ginagawa ng STS dito, as much as possible gusto nila 2-0 kung 2-0 at ang nag-iisang mapang pinakawalan na is Contra Pasa Virtus Pro. So let us check out ng ating mga predictions, 2-0s all across the board for me, Snake Frog, and as well as L, except for you. Bakit bipolar?
I feel like the experience itself coming in from that last matchup nga, 2-0 did play a lot towards Execration, and since there's still some sort of addition still coming from ZYK kahit sub-in na lang siya ngayon or 6-man, they have a little bit of preparation kahit hindi sila nagtodo prepare because they know what to expect now. Yes, it's new set of maps sa Eagle Eye and new compound, pero Execration didn't give an easy time up against Stallions, and that was one of the teams na gumawa nun up against Stallions. Can they elevate that even more? That's my answer. That's why I put one map para dito sa Execration. I feel like we're all open naman na ma-throw down dito ang Stallions. It would be very interesting, pero I'm still in favor ng Stallions dito kaya 2-1.
Well, that is actually pretty much a great point here as well, no? And I do think that we will also hear from our casters maya-maya kung ano rin ang kanilang gustong mga i-point out dito para sa ating matchup so far, because as much as madalas na natin nakikita ang ating mga players, laging mayroong bagong pinapakita itong mga to, and look at that. Sabi ng community, Team Stallions yan. Period.
Yes.
With 94% ng kanilang pagkapabor dito sa kanila. Definitely united and standing against Execration. Execration, prove us wrong. Yan naman lagi ang ating sinasabi natin dito sa ating desk, because those types of surprises, diyan mas nagiging spicy ang ating mga istorya, no? And let's see if Execration can offer something else dito sa ating table. Pero sa ngayon, tawagan na muna natin ang ating mga casters sa sama sa atin dito sa laban ng STS and Exe. Let us welcome ang ating mga casters at kamustahin natin uli sila. Sige, Frog, ayan, hello. And welcome muli, no? Parang kanina lang ikaw nanonood sa ating match so far. Right now naman, ano masasabi naman na mapaaga ang pagka-meet ng STS at Exe ngayon?
Ayun nga, I feel like this is really a test para dito sa Stallions once again to kind of see how much they have done dito sa ating off-season and how much they realistically galing nga dito sa Swiss stage despite their dominant run, pare. I feel like they could really still pick up a whole, lot of lessons na galing nga sa mga ibang teams, teams like CPF who really took them to the brink in maps kagaya nga na Eagle Eye dito sa ating map VETO. Para naman sa Execration, this is a test kung legit na ba talaga to. Yung team na pwede nating sabihin, top 4 material ba talaga ang isang Execration, or is it gonna be another year of them crashing and burning, pare? Kasi it's happened before, and I hopefully will not see that happen now, pare. Kasi malakas yung team na to, pare, but there's a lot of questions as well.
Yeah, I feel like everyone is vouching for that, no? Now, hopefully, we don't see that happening, no? How about you, El?
Okay, I feel like nasabi naman na ni Sneaky Frog yung points for Execration. I wanna talk about the Stallions side. Okay, let's question a bit here for Revenge's role. Is Revenge's role really a player, or is he just a guidance, a mentor, a coach, quote-unquote dito para kay KLP? Because if we are going to be seeing the roster, diba, it's going to be KLP playing. So, hindi natin masyasure kung ano ba talaga yung role ni Revenge. Tinatago ba dito ni Stallion si Revenge? Are they underestimating the teams by letting KLP play? What is really going on? We need to find a definite answer, and for a definite answer to come out, they need a challenge.
And definitely, I feel like a lot of eyes and minds are actually thinking the same thing, no? Na parang nagiging focus coach dito kay KLP itong si Revenge right now. Pero sa ngayon, no, let us point out ang ating mga things na ma-observe at maaari nating derive sa mga nangyayari ngayon between our teams. Team Stallions undefeated versus Execration bipolar.
Yun na nga eh. I mean, I did say this before, no, 2-0 sila sa last matchup nila. That's why they are undefeated. But I feel like they're undefeated just because Team Stallions is a team. You don't fear a singular player. Yes, Kano is there. Yes, KLP is there. Nandyan si KLB, nandyan si Lloyd, nandyan si JJ. Pero pag pinagsama-sama mo yan, hindi mo kakatakutan yung isa-isa. Lahat yan. It's a team. It's a family. Yan ang palagi sinasabi ni Coach Tanks, and you fear that family. But for execration's sake, you don't fear a team, Mochi. You fear these individual players. Yun yung may kita natin. Pwede naman.
A family of monsters, to say the least. And how about this one? The return of revenge for Team Stallions, Sneaky Frog.
Well, KLP is not being subbed out, so ayun nga, it seems like
There's no return.
There's no return. There's no return yet. Wala pang return to
Not yet.
sender dito sa ating labanan, pare. Malay mo, it will be maybe at the lower table teams, maybe one of the Rosea teams. Pero yun nga, no, hopefully we do see Revenge actually play in this one. If not, yun nga, no, this entire thing na gawa natin, this entire hype train na ginawa natin para kay Revenge, literally was just a big distraction para mag-improve dito si KLP. And that could be a possibility in all honesty, no, knowing itong Stallions, they're now starting to play the cards a bit dito sa ating competition.
Exactly. And I can't wait to see that day din, no, na makikita natin si Revenge in the lobby. Lalaro. And last one, no, Execration 1-2 combo, Yodib and CBN. Wow.
Yeah,
This is
that's,
actually a good one to be pointing out here, El.
That's very deadly. No? CBN, we already know he's a tried and true monster dito for Execration, but I want to focus on Yotib and to align the points natin, no, kay KLP. Let's compare the two, no. Yotib, 9 in KD, 9 in KR, plus minus 8. Let's talk about KLP. KD, 70th, 7-0. KR, 80th, 8-0. At ang kanyang plus minus 61st. So the difference is there. So will this be Yotib just outshining KLP, or will the mentorship have its effect dito kagad sa matchup natin versus Execration? I want to see KLP improve para naman sa kamukha ko din.
Oh my gosh, couldn't agree more, no? Napa-quick maths pa tayo dito sa ating desk as well. I feel like nailapag na natin lahat mga gusto nating iyak dito sa ating desk. Kaya it's time for the action. Sneaky Frogging L, rakrakan na.
I feel like Sneaky, this battle is definitely one for the books. It's an improvement for Execration. Not gonna lie, right? It's a definite improvement. Finally, a coach, a dedicated 6 voice in the room for when things get hectic, right? But on the opposite side, right, they added another voice. They took out Dolph X, pare, para kay Revenge. Now, is that the move, no? When will we actually see Revenge play? Will he actually play? Will KLP improve? All these questions in our heads. We're going to find out the first step to the answer, and I think this matchup will explain a lot, no, in the process of Coach Tanks and Stallions. And for Execration, improvements, are they there? Are they not there? Questions talaga.
Questions indeed, pare. And this is actually a hot take para sa akin. For me na, yun nga, Revenge definitely is like all-time better player rather dito kan. But I feel like Dolph is the better sub. Kasi madami siyang nagagawa dito sa kanyang playstyle. Pare, you can put him on the entry, versatility, OMC yan, pare. Put him on the entry, put him on the backup, put him on the sniper. Nagagawa niya pa nga ng paraan dito, and he slays at the high level, no? So, we are be missing yung presence dito ni Dolphex. Yun nga, if this guy was on any other party, he would definitely be contesting dito sa ating 5 players. So, Dolphex, yun nga, to see him playing again. Pero, yun nga, the implication talaga para kay Revenge on whether or not he's kind of, confusing a lot of people kung ano preparation na kailangan nilang gawin. Are we gonna prevent? Are we gonna prepare for KLP? Pero either way, still heavy responsibility, actually, KLP in this epic, kasi ito na isa sa mga players. Some might say, hey, Yotib might one play. Hey, some might, this guy might replace si KLP. Chance para kay KLP na sabihin at sa Stallions.
Let's see this substitution technically
Hindi na ako makakabulag dyan
is still fruitful. No? Last time they went to head, it was 2 overtimes. No? Stallions, they had to claw their way out of base just to get the fruitful result. But now, I feel like itong KLP Revenge Yotib debate natin, Sneaky, it's just a ruse to take away the attention from the rest of the 4 players dito sa Stallions.
Yun nga, no? Kinda give the spotlight super heavily dito kay KLP pare and try and see if they can go from there. Pero, Yotib, I think, di siya masyado matitinag sa lahat ng usapan na ganyan. Pero KLP with a very nice opening on Yotib. Hard scope moving. Makuha ang TB player. That's a great start para sa Team Stallions. And are they gonna decide to trigger just yet? Pakiramdam ko, hindi pa pare. Fiending for another player pare.
Who are they gonna be looking for here? So KLP already shot the doubters up, pare. Just that's the first kill. There's more to come. I hope there's more to come. But the problem is, no, where do they go from here? I'm feeling a bit B here, no. I'm feeling a bit B. Go to 2 TB pare and then just explode off of Loy's contact kung gagalaw man siya. Pero CBN, no, still in a power position, can still play around this heavy angle, no. Pwede nga siyang umikot no, pero problema niya, he doesn't know who is in door B. So, kailangan niya lang mag-steady dito and the contact is made.
Yun lang, CBN already taking the head off of Loy. First shot flying galing sa Execration ever since that first pick. Pero JJ, makakabawi na isa dito kay NBA. KLP getting some high mid control. Pero meron pa siya magagaling sa backside. Di napansin si Justin na ando na sa baterya, but he quickly cleans him up as soon as he spots him on screen. Fall X na lang natitira. Headshot agad para dito kay Kano. JJ and KLB need to respect this player. Fall X just as capable when it comes to aim, so it has to be the teamwork. It has to be the up-down, the two-man peak, whatever they need to do to guarantee yung angulo na to para KLB. Spotting Fall X, but he gets his head taken off. Dito sa 2F. USP in hand, pero HK mapapabalik siya dito. Challenges galing kay JJ. Double jump on the rafter side. TP na nakarating. 10 seconds left. Not much time para kay Folex. Still getting the kill. Pwede na i-hold to min. Pwede na i-hold to. Ang layo-layo ni KLP. But fortunately, nakaplant para dito sa backside ng baterya. Kaya kita yan na galing sa spawn peak. STS getting the first round. Pero men, kung dinefuse na yun dun sa covered part, sayang.
Exactly. Naantay ko dito kay kay Folex, and another highlight as well sa round na yun was JJ separating himself from KLP para kung maglalaban man sila, it's 2 different angles na kailangan takbuhin dito ni Folex and spend more time. First pick good kay KLP, the return by CBN better, but the problem is they already have control of technically high mid na pare, and at that point nasi stranglehold dito si Execration and it left Folex all alone. This is the separation I was talking about, and KLP came in just a bit clutch, for the STS round.
That's what I'm trying to see from KLP, no? You know, yung the entry, the opening dito sa TV, no, El?
Exactly. Medyo, medyo, sabihin na lang natin, maybe the time for the criticism was a bit too early. Maybe you really just needed to let him bloom, no? Maybe the pressure was just too high. Maybe he really just needed a figure to look upon, diba? A mentor nga naman, no? Revenge. Pero when you put that mentor in the position that you are playing, is that really a mentor or a competitor, diba? Even if you are teammates. So KLP, the drive is still definitely there. The performance, we are yet to see. He has gotten 2 kills in the first round. We want more, and he is giving us more. That's going to be CBN down. An opening found again by the sniper of Stallions.
I really like that. Pare, na-enable itong si Loy to actually play a lot more far forward dito sa hotel kasi covered nga siya dito ni KLP. And he's also sinasabayan na dito, kumbaga, yung entry pathing na ginagawa nga nila dito. And this is very big improvements nga kay KLP. And still getting itong si Fall X. Nako po, KLP. Narinig yata ng lahat ng pinagsasabi natin, pare. At pinersonal niya na nga. Justin will be getting Justin will be getting Loy in return, though. Ito na ang reply ng Execration. JJ hindi pa nakakarating ng top A, pero makikita na nga dito si Justin. Control is there. KLP! What a quick scope dito kay MVA. Yotib na lang natitira. Can Execration's own sniper provide some surprises? KLP down, top A ang dalawang players natin. USP nasa kamay ni Yotib pero nadaplisan na kasa dito ng HK. And it will be KLP to get the finish. I mean, a bad situation looking para dun sa Stallions sa Avon pero nagawan pa nila na paraan.
And the man that made the way was KLP leading the pack, no? Dito for the side of Stallions. 5 kills in 2 rounds. Impact frags as well, and frags that hindi natin in-expect sa kanya, no? The old KLP would have never he was gonna be good for 2, good for 1, try to get a kill with the USP and fail. But this time around, no, I think the mentorship is actually bearing fruit. And parang tama nga yung sinabi ko dito, Sneaky. Is this just a distraction from for us, for the fans, for the viewers na, guys, may 4 pang player ang Stallions. Pero kapag si KLP yung nag-pop off, syempre sa kanya lahat yung attention, kakalimutan niyo yung 4. At yung 4 yung dudurog sa inyo.
Don't tell me, pare. KLP
The mind
moving like
games.
Aang, pare. He can see the ancestors. Nakita niya yung mga snipers from days before. Revenge. Sino ba from back in the day? Do. Xiao, man. He just needs to channel that inner sniper within him. But at the same time, Yotib, just as capable, no? Para dito sa may high mid position natin. Pero STS, kanina pa nila ginagawa tong default na to, L, actually, ah. And I feel like this is their, common default, take long into CA, then titignan nung clear yung hukay, tignan yung TB, see how much space do you have dito sa mapa, kumbaga. And try and see if they can get a setup from there. Pero tignan mo naman si CBN, could be taking out itong si Loy, which could be a key piece dito sa push ng STS. Pero
Parehas sila key piece dito, Sneaky. And the problem is, whoever falls down there technically wins the macro state of the game dito, no? Nakita mo naman, Dorby, yung angle nila, very separated from the team. Nasa high mid dito, yung pack na STS, the pack of Execration, spread out around the default nila. So now, with that pick off of CBN, they have to put attention towards B, but Execute is looking like it's going towards A.
It's all on the guns, brother. Tignan natin kung makakalagpas sila dito sa A-side. Paul X, one tap in return galing dito kay Kano. Pero Justin, nakita na si KLP. Yotib trying to climb up dito sa tower in order to help the A players. Swing is there. Loy will be spotted dito sa top A. But at least meron ng information kung nasan si Yotib. But how does this end up on a 2 versus 2 with every single player already running on the site? Yotib already down to 1 HP, 30 seconds left. Questions have to be made para sa Execration. Is this gonna be retakeable para sa inyo? Exit, medyo mahirap ng daanan, pare. Pero NBA, kailangan mo nang manggaling sa likod. Pero tignan mo naman yung anticipation dito ni Kano. Immediately peeks into NBA. And teka lang, overconfidence might have come to bite him in the back. Pero KLP, USP in hand, 10 seconds left. Kailangan na umakyat dito yung NBA. Plenty of time to do so and then get the defuse. Pero NBA will be getting that one. And right on the money yung kanyang defuse. Sa 4.5 siya nag-E. And he gets it. Masyadong makulit.
Masyadong makulit, no? He checked for KLP, but that was an almost, no? You can't really blame him for losing that. It was a hard situation from the get-go, even though meron silang advantage, right? So at this point in time, yeah, it's on Kano. Pero I feel like, hindi na nila kailangan separate. Staying together in that little, under the stairs, it's better for me, no? KLP, he tried the heroics, pero of course, he's still trying to improve, pare. Look at the shot though from Yotib. I think that equalizer made it a bit more possible, pero yun nga, no, wala silang katao sa A, naubos na. So 2-1, we go back to a different default. No? STS just lining up, prepping for the A hit, and they are ready to deliver. In a bit.
In a bit pa. Siyempre, they're gonna take their sweet time. Ayun yan, lilinyahan muna to ni Loy. Left side box. And you can see the cloud in the sky. Yan, dyan mo yan itapon. And speaking of tapon, parang tatapon na nga utility dito sa A-side. Good headshot dito kay MVA. He tried to stop the EA players very early, pero siya pa ka mamamatay dito, Justin. Despite being the third player on the top A-side, siya pa ka mamamatay. CBN will be eating the dirt. Nako po, Execration. Getting absolutely mauled dito sa A-side. And this is the STS team, no? L, simple, but perfection, pare.
Yeah, they practice a single punch 1,000 times, pare. They don't practice 10,000 punches once. Just a single punch is enough, mastered to perfection. And STS, no? Ilang beses na natin actually nakita yun sa kanila, no? And we never get tired of seeing it because it's just very clean.
Works every time.
It's just perfect. It's immaculate seeing it, pare. Especially those nades, kapag dilagyan pa nilang nades like they did in the show matches, right? A very different na. Siguro, that's more of a counter strat kapag merong tao doon na nasa may stairs banda to the left side of our side. Pero this time around, default is not, I feel like it's still going to be mid, no? EA pa rin sila. if hindi nila makuha agad yung gusto nila dito na objective towards entrance A, they're just gonna need it. And this is what I like, the utility gameplay on point.
Confirms yan na nandito pa si Justin sa top A, maybe trying to test poke and prod dito sa left side stairs, pare. Pero yung A side natin could be in danger. Execration trying to read yung play a bit too far ahead, no? Dito tinatry nilang mag-stack na maaga dito sa B side, thinking that it would be a full-on rotation. Pero sabi ng STS, this A side is looking prime and ready to get cooked. Pero si Justin will be taken down, just needed a bit of a fight. Will take out KLP. 4 versus 3, NBA, CBN, kailangan na pumasok dito sa loob ng site. NBA will be getting 2. Loy and KLP down. Teka lang, naging posible pa to para sa Execration. They are fighting outside of the site. Si Kano, napakalayo pa para tulungan itong si JJ. Pero si JJ, kailangan niya ba ng tulong? Yo, tip at the leg. And the USP shot! What a sequence by Kano. But CBN will be getting the side player. 48 seconds, not much time. Vince, sino unang makakita sa isa't isa, and CBN with the headshot ender. And it's just pure chaos on the A side. Buti na lang nandun si CBN, pare.
Sneaky, if I was Execration, pare palilitaw, bakit nandito si Kano sa ilalim ng military? Why is he sniping, no? Almost made it work, pero you gotta give props dito sa Execration, no? What looked like the dire situation, they turned it around. Ang bilis ng rotation nila, knowing that, sure, kahit hindi to bumalik ng B, we know that if you guys execute towards A, full A kayo, hindi kayo magpapaligoy-ligoy dito sa CA natin, walang tatao ng EA. Siguro military, merong tao, like Kano, unexpected, pero at the same time, no, Execration had no qualms and quarrels going towards the A site, and they get the round, but the fight again dito sa door B. Knock, knock!
Still Loy, man. CBN will be going down once again. Yotib getting a shot on KLP in return. No? Unting tulong lang from the side of Exe, but MVA, they still, I feel like STS is still very well aware na si MVA nakatambay pa nga dito sa hotel side. He will not be letting go of that angle anytime soon. And Yotib peeks into 3. And wala siyang nakuhang ni isa doon. And it seems like Execration, the moment that they even think about overextending, pare, doon pa sila napapunish.
I don't feel even overextension. It's just like trying to get a return kill, no? Even if it's delayed trades. Problem is, you just get out reaction time, right?
Yun nga.
That's the big problem dito when you're facing STS. It's the mechanics. Poised by this man, pare. Now Folex tasked with another impossible mission. He will attempt, but success is nigh impossible. STS extend the lead to 2. You can see, trabaho lang as usual for the boys in the black and orange.
Kind of looking indifferent more than anything, no, about this match, pare. It just seems like, you know, he is just here, placed on the PC, and he will have to play another game of CROSSFIRE dito, pare. Pero Folex, now tired of being bullied. Dito sa may A-side ng mapa, gusto nilang awayan kung sino man ang STS na gusto dumaan. Dito sa long, KLB, first victim of the one tap. Pero si Kano gusto rin sumugod ng kanyang mga tira dito gamit ang kanyang HK. Loy once again getting CBN. And it's the fact na 4 rounds nang dinideny si CBN na mag-push dito sa second mid, pare. When is he gonna stop?
Hindi talaga siya hindi siya makagalaw. He always has to take care of Loy. But the problem is Loy takes care of him, no? We highlighted kanina sa talking points natin, Yotib and CBN, the deadly duo, the pseudo Tagalogs at this point, no? When you bring them to Manila, para when you bring them to NCR, that's what happens. Pero I feel like it's just going to be a bloodbath when you really face STS, no? The quality and the breed dito ng mga players natin ni Coach Tanks is just different. And CBN, I feel like a variety is what we need to ask of him, no? He needs to differentiate kasi tinutulungan na siya, pare. Siya pa rin yung una namamatay. And kung tutulungan ka sa trabaho ng isa, that's a guy down on the opposite end of the map where you could be using that guy to find extra angles like dito sa floor A natin.
Yeah, makes Loy's job very easy as well, no? Kasi ginagawa lang dito ni Loy, nag-iiba lang siya sa angle ng market. Like, you know, I'm gonna go bypass this time. Magbe-big door na ako, and then I'm gonna go base, and then I'll go market. There's so many options para sa kanya na gumalaw-galaw, no? Kumpara nga dito kay CBN. Pero Justin, backside flank, walang nakatingin. Never mind. Kano a bit too wary. na merong flank na nangyayari dito. Execration kanina pa hindi gumagalaw sa A side, so they must have some bug on the backside at nahanap nila yun pare. 30 seconds left. NBA with a very good spot dito sa boxes, pero how careful is STS in checking these corners? Will NBA be checked? Nakita ang kanyang baril, and that will be a wall bang from KLP. Fall X na lang natitira, and that will be a top A plant unless Fall X. Linyahan ba dito si JJ? Nakatayo agad. JJ spotting the exit player already. So meron na silang information kung nasaan galing si Paul. And JJ, tamang wallbang na lang. He knows he has a better wallbang gun. Pero nakuha niya pa si JJ. And the HE, almost killing him. Down to 1 HP. Naku po, they're buttering him up, pare. And there it is. 2. STS, another round on the board.
In the span of 7 rounds, CBN has been denied his second mid lurk 4 times, and Folex has been put in a clutch position 3 times. And that is just the devastation that Stallions leaves in their wake. Revenge or not, KLP or not, it's still the same Stallions playing top tier Crossfire in our region. And early timeout, I would say dito, para sa Execration, usually they save that when things get dire, no? Or siguro nga, even a bit earlier, they use that, no? When they know that things are competitive, pero ayaw lang nilang palamangin na palamangin. Wala na. Nangyari na yung lamang sneaky. And at this point, damage control is not really damage control because damage has already been done.
Yun nga. It's like, what damage can you control, no? When the entire thing is already basically
broken,
almost thrown out, pare. Yun nga, 40 seconds left on the timeout. Execration, not much time to figure out this Stallions battering ram, no? Na tumatama sa kanila ngayon dito sa A-site natin. And I feel like one of the main reasons why kung bakit ang ganda ng A-take dito nga ng Team Stallions is not just the nades. Yun nga, maganda yung pagkakalat nila dito sa floor A. Pagkalabas nila dito sa floor A, obviously they will be looking for the right side player dito sa top A na nakatingin nga dito sa EA, no? And at the same time, the left side na magagaling na players dito sa vents, 2 players or 1 player will be going straight to room, papasok ng top A, tapos yung isang player magdo-double jump para makapatong sa box to get an angle on the top A players. Parang imposibleng i-defend, kumbaga, itong top A pag itong Stallions ang kaharap nyo, pare. And it really will take some very creative angles. Baka may kailangan tumambay dito sa room A, baka may kailangan na tumao dito sa vents. So mga tinatry dito execution on A is not working.
It's not working, man. Everything that Stallions did nice on their A execute. Number 1, everything. Right? You can just put that, pare. That's the analysis dito sa ating Stallions. Pero I feel like the way that we can put Stallions execute in one word is there's too little time to react. And there's, even if you are gonna react, retake na lang yon. Lloyd though, aggressive but gets traded immediately. But again, though, he has his mark, pare. I'm coming for you, CBN.
Grabe, I mean, that's one way to counter itong si CBN, no? Just don't allow him to play Crossfire at all this entire game. And he hasn't played Crossfire for 7 rounds. That's how bad it is para dito kay CBN. And STS will try to take full advantage of it, no? Loy out of the picture, pero Yotib will be tried and tested. Naku po, tatama ka ba? Mukhang hindi ka, no? Masyadong confident. Yotib will be hitting that. Pero wala pang trade. JJ will just be reacquiring yung C4 natin and STS. You know, we're hoping for a TB pickoff dito kay Yotib. Instead, they just got a dead entry.
I feel like this is a fresh perspective for STS. Man down, 3v4. What do you do in this situation? No? How drilled are the protocols in these players, pare? We're going to see them move towards HM. No? Maybe just split the rotation. Make sure na pwede nating i-take care yung player dito sa bypass and as well as that player dito sa B site. Problem is, we haven't been seeing anyone as of late, no? JJ, oy, nagkakitaan, dead. 2v4.
Yeah, none the wiser. About dito kay NBA, how the hell did KLB hit that? Naku po, pahulog na si NBA doon pero hindi papayag dito si KLB and he gets Justin as well. Yotib tagged up. Alam na nila kung nasaan ang sniper ng Execration, pero alam nyo ba kung nasa ng rifler para sabi dito ni Folex as he forays down to RS. 5-3 Stallions. Yun nga men, granted may malaking lead pa rin. Actually not too big of a lead but nakahabol na dito yung Execration, man.
Yeah, they're keeping it competitive. At least, no, it's not just a one-sided affair dito for Execration, or rather for Stallions, the improvements definitely are there for the side of YouTube. For the side of CBN being his duo, not quite. It's kind of like Loy getting his number for the 5th time. Maybe we can see the 6th this round. Look at Loy's position. He's doesn't use
for it.
every single angle dito sa second mid. Yotib always dito sa angle natin KLP challenge to lose. And that forces a play possible dito kay Loy, but not quite yet, sabi dito ng KLB.
Yeah, Yotib tagged up, no? Pero feel like they could have possibly played that one better dito sa may TV side natin, especially considering di naman kita si Kano dito sa left side ng TP, so I don't think Quickscope would be killing him in that situation. Pero STS already losing a member thanks to Yotib and his early game antics. And dahil nga wala na si KLP dito, Riflers have to operate without their overseer. So, ano yung pipiliin nila dito? Classic B-split na naman, pero the old reliable pare.
I think this dito natin makita yung yung mid-rounding ng ating STS. They used just one default, but the mid-round went 5 different directions in 8 different rounds. So yes, may A execute, pero they're gonna test B, no? So people will go hotel, may aangat dito sa uluhan. JJ, check the angle, nasa na yung mga tao sa hotel, pa-exit, naka-ready ang execration, it's a 3-man hold. But will they bite here, Stallions? No, they fall back because Loy may have just found an opportunity dito sa CA. Maybe go back towards A, no? Baka siya naman mag-link dito pa RS ng GR, pero connection na lang, no? Let's just brute force this as 4.
I mean, it's not too bad of a call, no? In all honesty. If you are counting numbers here, Loy spotting Justin. Justin ayaw magpakita na ulo dito sa top 8. Doesn't wanna get shot in the head, Justin. Still on the left side, pero si JJ nakarating na ng top 8. Kano will be getting Justin. All of a sudden, it's a 3 versus 3. Once again, may paparating na ng exit. CBN will not be too brave about this exit push. However, merong kalaban na nasa gilid mo na isang napaka-pamilyar na tao na si Loy. And CBN would love to shoot him in the face. Pero KLB, fence play, NBA down, 1 tap galing kay KLB. Yotib could be up next on the menu. And ayan na naman, lumabas na naman sa kill feed natin. Loy killing CBN. It is absolute madness sa Ankara, pare.
That's the 6th time. And how many years did SDS get? 6. Let it play. See if I can get in here. I need out. This is what basically CBN is trying to play. Maybe when we swap the sides, kapag BL na to Execration, maybe CBN will have his number naman. No? Maybe we swap the sides, we swap the luck, no, of the draw dito sa Derby. Pero ang pinakausapan natin dito, no, that initial momentum ni KLP, getting those initial rounds, the defaulting dito ng Stallions, which at first looks simple, but it's the mid-rounding that gives them all these kinds of options, plus their mechanics. And the third, a beautiful A execution, pare. It's always that. Of course, you can count the 4th, which is CBN always die to Loy, pero swapping of the sides, you can always rely for Stallions na delivering these kinds of defaults. And I feel like instead of Loy being the centerpiece dito sa ating GR side, it's going to be Kano, the rotator, and KLP, no? As an anchor, we need to see him get that upswing momentum again in the second half.
Yun nga pare. It seems like I've never seen itong Team Stallions lose too much dito sa the very passive A setup na tumatalon-talon ka lang for vents and tumatalon-talon ka lang for the EA. No? They usually are very fast about their actions, pare. They go through EA, they go through vents in a split second that yun nga, you do have a second to possibly react. Pero KLP, okay, doesn't wanna go TB. Gusto niyang mismong mid ang gusto niyang kunin. Yotib, bakit ka naglabas ng granada sa arco? And JJ will get free passes papuntang CA dito. Fall X, suspicious but not enough to look back on that side. KLB, makakatakas pa kahit pa paano. JJ is gonna get a freebie dito kay CBN. And Kano with the defense of a lifetime dito sa floor A. Fall X though will be getting him in return. NBA. JJ's now down dahil sa kanya pare. Pero andito pa si KLB. Loy will get that one as well. It's just a full sweep para sa Team Stallions.
Yung kill dito kay Yotib na nag-trigger ng chain reaction towards Execration and Stallions, pero the better result there came towards Stallions. No, it's very, very organic the way they're holding this. KLB, no? Kala natin mauunahan siya, pero the trading system dito ng SCS, even with the rotators, no? They're just everywhere. Execration, as much as they are in full force as core, kulang pa rin sila ng isa, no? Kulang ng isang trade, at dahil hindi nga inabot ng 1v1, or like a 2v1 just to close out the equalization of trades, pero all goods lang yun. For Execration, they try again. A small mistake from Yoteb. You don't like seeing that from new pickups, but then again, a mistake nonetheless. Now, on their BL side, they will try the same approach except hindi sila mid-heavy, no? Dalawa lang yung entrada dito sa CA. Balik tayo no A, limahan natin kaagad. Pero ang hindi nila alam, tatlo nag-aantay sa kanila. And paano nyo i-counter ngayon yung ginagawa dito ng Stallions na kung sila yung BL, ang galing nila umatake. Ngayon sila yung GR, papakitaan namin kayo.
Ooh, they immediately did not notice itong si Kano. Room A position is there. Too much cover to check sa Execration. Sabay-sabay silang pumasok at sabay-sabay silang namatay doon. Mr. L. Yotib na lang natitira. Yun nga, a familiar sight, no? In an Execration game, the sniper always last left alive. You know, call it deja vu, call it ZYK, pare. Nothing changed. And Stallions, walang nagbago sa kanila, men. Malakas pa rin talaga sila. And I really like that bait setup, no? Kaya kay KLB at kay Kano. And Kano was just playing room A, or understairs ng room A the entire time. Personally, my favorite angle sa Ankara kasi napaka-OP. And KLB, he was just a distraction.
Exactly. And at that point, no, kapag umentry ka, you don't really know which one to shoot. You don't even know where to shoot the second one, no? You expect always two. But there was a third guy. Right? They were that prepared in the read. So KLB approved on that read, on that default call. Loy now, I'm expecting CBN. Is he gonna push and try to really get him dito sa BP? Hindi na. CBN just stick with his friends, pare. Enough of the abuse dito sa DB. I'm gonna go with my friends. Let's just execute A again, but Vents. Knock, knock, pare.
Kuya Matt,
Who's
inaaway
there?
ako. Siya yan. That's him.
Ito.
He's right here. No, KLB! No, CBN! Oh, he gets it! Kano, nakita pa nga dito si CBN in the turn. He's only good for one, but the spray down is good. Grabe. Si KLB pa yung napatay na doon, pare, but Loy still well alive. But no longer does he have his natural enemy dito sa mapa natin in terms of the positioning. JJ, though, could do a lot of damage galing dito sa exit, pero kailangan yung Chumempo ng onte kahit pa paano. KLB, CA side, good crouch peek galing kay Yotib, all in one move as well. Loy is spotted. Quick scope, waiting for the inevitable, pero si Loy ay na pang isala eh. JJ trying to make as much distractions as possible. Loy, nakuha na si Yotib, Justin kind of in danger. MBA dropping down para tulungan ng kanyang long time confidant dito, pare. And it will be Execration. Finally an answer back.
An answer back, but man, there's still a 4-round deficit in our scoreboard, pare. And you see the looks on their faces, face cam nila. I don't think they're listless. That's the perfect word I can describe. It's like they're trying to climb a wall that you know you cannot climb, but you will still try anyways because it is required for you to do it. No, Loy, come on. I know you want to do him
Not the
dirty.
pepper.
He pulled out the pepper.
Yun
This
na
guy pulled
naman
out the pepper
tayo.
for it.
The VETR.
He's learning, pare. He's learning from the other leagues.
Yun nga, maybe learning from his yun nga, no? Rivals dito on the other side of the island, pare. Pero Stallions, no reason to move. In all honesty, no? Tamang position lang sila dito. As soon as anyone starts shooting sa Execration, though, that is where the movement can start. Galing dito sa STS, but mostly it will come in the way dito ni JJ. Did they? Oh. I'm not a fan of this change. They swapped yung position dito ni JJ at ni No. I liked it when he was lurking mid. Pero mamaya na yan, pare. Of course, Execration will be assaulting this B site. KLB will be taken down. Di na tumama kanyang tira dito sa kanyang sniper. Loido from the hotel side checking out. Only one player so far. CBN getting J versus 3. It's a lot better on the B site para sa Execration. And it's a retake for SDS.
And I feel like we have to pinpoint yung sinasabi mong topic kanina, Sneaky, you don't like the JJ and Kano swap. Me too, because ang layo ni Kano sa action. You expect him to clutch, he can, but he's better in the middle of the fight, in the middle of the action, when it starts to happen. Now, 20 seconds remaining. They have to work against 3.
Oh, timing para kay CBN. At that could make all the difference. Pero maling nade pa lang, nalilpas niya. 7 seconds. Spotted yung nasa battery. Tamang tago lang galing kay Yote. 4 seconds. Gets it! Safe!
Absolute
ang ating
cinema.
defuse, pare. Sabi ni umpire. He gets it on the 4.1. Jesus Christ, KLB. 9 para sa Stallions.
And that was of a mistake or a bad decision that we think came from them, right? The swap, we did not like it. KLP back on the shenanigans. Went a bit quiet, but he's making some noise. Pero this might be the dagger, who else to take down but the new addition, Yote, 4v5. Up next, BN will finally get revenge, pare. Not the player versus Loy lang. But I think it's done and dusted at this point. What,
Yun nga,
you have
when
control
KLP
of the map, pero
when KLP starts peeking like that, pare, dun ka na matatakot Like when he's starting to kinda ego check you a bit sa mga angulo ko gaya na second mid, kakain ng arco potentially. Ayun nga, matakot ka na sa ganitong anyo ni Kyle Pegaro, pare. Pero B-side ang gusto nilang kunin. KLP open for the challenge. Oh, maybe double scoping is not the choice, pare, pero second shot.
oh!
Not gonna fire. There's people around you, pare. And he will get frustrated, not even shooting a single bullet into any enemy. Pero Stallions, meron pa silang tat dito. Fall X, down immediately. KLB, right on their alley. So 3-man retake. Mag-group na lang sila dito, pare, para pumasok ng B-side. MVA, di man lang nakaabot ng Kuya Will. Oh my God, napamik ang ating B-side, L. CBN, the only one left alive. The man who's been bullied in hotel multiple times. Pero si CBN naman babawi ngayon. Mukhang hindi. Walang ganti. Ang kanina pang inaapi. Stallions. Taking Ankara, hindi lang yun. Taking Execration's map pick convincingly.
And they take that in a fashion na talagang slap to the face. Yotib got outclassed low diff lang ni KLP, but Loy, man. Loy was such a problem for CBN, and when CBN just had to get it rolling, pare, it was too late. And everything went up to the point na Execration was looking a bit lost. Sure, they were getting kills, they were getting their opportunities right, pero it always felt to me na they are in a man disadvantage, they are in a bad position, they are not getting the fights that they wanted, and kahit anong asim gulang na ginagawa nila, STS is just prepared.
Yeah, yun nga, STS prepared at the same time. Firepower still on point na, pare. There were some moments na we could say there are some fair few overextensions galing sa kanila, pare, especially in that 2v2 kanina, with itong si Kano at si KLP. Obviously, Kano didn't have to peak that, pero yun nga, the confidence kind of speaks for yourself from time to time, and it seems like the confidence will lead them to victory dito sa ating mapa ng Ankara. So Stallions obviously with a very good all-around game dito sa mapa. Hindi natin pwede masabi na sobrang komplikado yung kanilang ginawa na macro, considering na yung BL nila, they just did their default 9 times, pare. Yun nga, the long A to CA to TB, and multiple times actually na nakot dito si Kano and si KLP by Yote. But it seems like yung mid-rounding talaga ay hindi mo matatalo dito sa Team Stallions. They are so good at looking for opportunities elsewhere sa mapa, and they're so good kahit may disadvantage sila, pare. For example, yung 3A na nakita natin kanina, they know where the weaker part of the defense is, and they know to be patient para maaning to Execration. Now they have to cover both sides. Now they have to play a losing battle dito sa ating mga rounds, pare.
Yeah, very, very dangerous when it's just the same old Stallions, but you can't even get half the scoreline necessary to win the map. That was Ankara, delivered by Stallions in a convincing, clean fashion. And the bipolar Mochi, what are your takes? Out with the old, in with the new?
That might be it, honestly. But at the same time, there are also some old in the new. So that brings quite of an interesting touch, no? Pero sa ngayon na nakita natin here for Ankara, my dude, I feel like Execution forgot that Ankara is also one of the perfectly woven maps dito ng STS Bipolar.
Yeah, I mean, nakikita nga natin dito yung Mochi, no? Parang, if you think about Stallions right now sa Ankara, it's very picturesque. Kung nasa Museum Mochi yan yung may barikada pang mga red lines, may fence gate pa para di mo malapitan. Ganun kaganda ang pinapakita nila dito in Ankara. Yes, their GR side was getting thrown out in those like 3 rounds na nakuha ng ating place mula sa Execration, pero what can we say? Or I mean like when they were nasa GR side dito Execration, pero nung nasa PL side naman dito ang ating Execration, well, wala nangyari. Meanwhile, STS, grabe Mochi, Loy is just instantly killing CBN for more than 7 times dito sa ating long B side or sa ating may door B side or even here sa may uluhan, no? Pero ito yung pinaka-problem sa Execration. We were talking about ops. Na parang roles are definitely here for Execration, pero ang daming kailangan tapalan. Walang definite cause, walang definite effect yung mga roles natin for Execration, and that is why it's kind of difficult. Kasi last time na nakita natin, CYK was on the sniper and he was the one holding hotel together with CBN, and that is why CBN is so confident. But now he's just a solo player here, or sometimes kasama niya sa NBA. Loy can easily outfrag 2 rivals. Hindi niya kaya pag sa sniper, and that's why yun yung iba ng tempo last time na naglating Spring Masters. Stallions still amazing with their executions and with their holds, Mochi. Room A hold, nakita mo na yun. Using the room A as a dodge for the flash without even moving. Pero ngayon, 10-4 scoreline, 14 rounds ang nangyari dito, and another 100, pero this time it's on Kano.
Yep, indeed. And I feel like, no, siguro supporting what you have mentioned earlier on Bipolar is yung fact na from Spring, ang taas din ng headshot percentage ni Loy. No? 65% headshot percentage, and it's also where he performed at his best, no? Na nakikipagsabayan siya ng maigi dito kay Kano. And at certain occasions, actually taking some MVP titles in specific or certain maps. Pero again, no, Team Stallions, talagang itong si Loy pinakita niya na it's not just a one-time thing, no? It's not just a specific league ako magaling until dito dadalhin ko yon. And the same thing goes to Kano. Time and time again, no? 2.13 KD and boy oh boy, 65% the headshot per kill. Taas din ng util usage, 100% ang kanyang rating. Need to say more.
You don't have to say anything else. Kano is just that good. And in a team na sinabi nga natin, no, that everyone can outshine each other. It's a team effort nonetheless. Pero Kano still giving us a performance na hindi mo man lang pwedeng isara mata mo. Kasi he's shining bright. The golden, this kid is very much golden, no? Plus, ito pa yun, no, Mochi, nakita natin, Mochi, Execration. May ibang teams ngayon, even Execration before, na parang pag na-shut off mo isang player, that's Loy, na mag-isa naman mostly, 4 na lang iisipin mo. Pero hindi mo ma-shutdown yung isa. 5 yun, Mochi. Wala kang magawa sa mapang yun. Yun yung problema ngayon eh. No one can get shut down. Meanwhile, everyone on Stallion side is on fire.
Again, the gap definitely persists dito, no, for Team Stallions, to the point na kahit sabihin mo na 3 na lang yan naiiwan dyan, matatakot ka pa rin at mag-overthink ka pa rin dahil yung 3 yan, ang daing pwede gawin. Pero dyan na muna magtatapos ang ating unang mapa here in the map of Ankara, and later on we will see if Execration has an answer against them. We will know about that after this quick short break. Tuloy ang pagpalag dito ng Team Stallions and as well as Execration. Pero sa ngayon, parang Team Stallions pa lang ata ang nakakapanapak dito. What will happen dito sa ating susunod na map? What do you think, Bipolar?
I feel like Mochi, my thought process right now is can CBN play the game? Pero kasi parang ngayon, nag-aayos lang siya ng storage sa lobby natin. Because he is always just getting decimated by Loy. But this time, Eagle Eye 2.0. Wala nang, alam mo yun, single holds. Yes, sometimes the BL side of Stallions does that, na KLP or Loy will be staying here on long A, and the rest of the team will be going to long B kapag nasa BL side. Pero, another threat coming into the way of Execration Mochi. Double TRG setup ng players mula dito sa ating Stallions, wherein KLB and KLP are gonna be handling those snipers. Meanwhile, Execration, kaya nga ba nila mapagana dito si Yotib sa top A lang naman pumipwesto and even on long B? Sometimes, let's see, MVA has a big job dito, lalo na siya yung minsan nakikita natin sa video.
Let us see. And also with the pressure na siya rin ay gumawa ng dirty work dito, no, for Execration.
Of course.
Let's see if that would be possible, no, for Execration na makapanumbat dito sa ating mapanagigan. Malalaman natin. Kaya naman, ipasa na natin ito sa ating mga casters, L and Sneaky Frog. Kayo na to.
In all their stay, Sneaky Frog dito sa CFS, C Masters, and even CFSPH, Stallions have never gotten a perfect 16-0 win or 18-0 win, no, in terms of maps. This will be the start or this might be another stopper. It's up to Execration to stop them sa Eagle Eye. Pero halatang egol sila pare. Sa Angkara pa lang, nadurog na sila. Paano pa kaya sa mapic dito ng Stallions na alam natin they know and love to play Eagle Eye?
Ayun nga, no, pare, and I really do hope na Execration did watch that CBF versus Stallion series, no, especially considering how close it was, and I feel like itong CBF natin really did kind of expose a lot of yung mali nga dito na Stallions, especially on that Eagle Eye map. I think yung A defense could be of big question, pero si KLP kasi mainit pa lang nung map number 1 pare, so I don't think A-site is gonna be a problem anytime soon unless talaga na biglang nanlamig ang ating sniper on the side of Team Stallions at biglang uminit itong si Yotib. And considering na magsisimula pa nga dito sa BL side itong Execration natin, it isn't really serving them all too well as well, na maganda rin yung depensa dito ng Team Stallions, but at the same time they can also just pop out of nowhere, no? Pwede sila lumabas sa mid, long B, hindi sila takot na lumaban dito pare, kumbaga.
Yeah, I mean, pinakita naman nila yung will to fight nila dito sa ating Angkara, no? Nakita naman natin in terms of even overextending.
Smoking off, Kate.
Wala exit.
At ako.
Kita likod niya.
Okay, likod niya. Planting ako. Safe to ah.
Safe planta.
Kita ko exit.
Rocky siya.
Very
Ross,
powerful
kaya.
connected.
Nice, kaya.
Uy, good find.
Advantage!
Grabe, you can hear the manager screaming in the back as well. Sa ating Isaiah. Pero, Execration. Uy, Folex. Kita kaya yan. Kanyang katawan dito sa bottom A. Pero sayang na sayang. KLB is gonna get 2. Pero buti na lang umakyat si Folex dun. Suddenly, it's winnable para dito sa side ng Team Stallions. JJ scaling very quickly. House A in danger potentially. Yotib only has to die. Folex spotted na nga at namatay. And JJ with the double kill. Yotib, wala na siya magagawa doon. And Stallions, yun nga, no, pure chaos. Execration got the first half of the round. Napatagal nga dito ni KLB with that very nice hold from spawn, pare.
Yeah. Narinig ba natin yun ng tama? 5 seconds into the round, no? They're taking off the plan. I mean, to be fair, objective-minded Execration, but I feel like you skipped a bit too much steps there. No. Eagle Eye, remember, this is a small map. It just looks wide because of the scenery. It's on top of a mountain. There's a hotel. Looks kind of like Ankara, but remember, STS, they know how to quickly rotate here. And if you give them that opportunity to just maul you over and over, this map can be easily done and dusted, Sneaky. Like, don't even mention the scoreline. I don't want to think of the scoreline that Execration can or cannot do, but that's a good find by NBA.
Grabe, NBA finding JJ out in the open, pero Fall X naglabas ng pistol sa maling oras, pero tama nga naman ang ginawa niya dito. KLB down, Loy and Kano will be falling as well. It's a bit hectic on the A side, nagkagulo na nga sa loob ng mga usok natin. And KLB, last one left alive, 1 versus 4 for right in front of him. Ayun na nga, KLB, tamang taps dito kay NBA, getting Justin, hold on. Is the captain cooking? CBN floor A gets his own headshot as well. An Execration. An early reply para sa kanila, pare.
Yeah, I like that, no? Sinabi ko na mabilis kayang tapusin to ng SS, pero Execration, they know that tempo is the name of the game dito sa Eagle Eye. Look, MPA, quickly rushing sa hotel. Dalawa kasama niya. Pero isa nagmamark lang. That's gonna be Yotib holding the angles. They already went dito sa loob. KLB challenged. Goes down, trade.
Folex, ooh, will be getting Kano. That's a very important piece of the defense right there. Hotel already out. And tignan mo naman Execration. I actually like this, L. You kill both hotel players, but let them set the defense, pare. Let them spread out a bit dito sa mapa natin so we get a fairer fight on this 4 versus 3. Pero si JJ na mismo yung sumasala sa kanila, pare, and you might want to take that kid out.
Let me add this is what JJ really wants to do, pero malalaman ba nila dito? Bumaba lang naman si Folex, no? I don't think he wants to overstep. Alam niya pa rin yung danger, even in a man disadvantage dito sa Team Stallions. So regroup. The best way to win here for Execration is to just regroup and possibly hit only one guy. But if they go A, pare, there's 2 waiting dito.
Uy, KLP has been pretty fast with it for the past few times. Second try. That doesn't hit. Itong si Folex, so far immune to the TRG bullets. Pero CPN, big naman na naman dito ni Loy. Justin will be falling as well. And this is just a reaction, honestly. Galing dito kay Loy L. He's just like, may dalawang tao dito sa A. Let me help my teammates and just shoot 3 in the head. And Yotib, unfortunately, ayun nga, 3 bodies on the side, or rather 4 na kanyang makakakampi dito, pare. And yun nga, sabi ni Loy, let me at him, pare. Tiniretso niya.
Funny to see that yung man disadvantage team pa yung nanalo ng round, no? I don't know what it is. Maybe just you're gonna make me say it again. The mechanics, the raw mechanics of this team is just on top of everything, on top of every player. Yotib, as much as he is good, no? As much as he with Cuerdas destroyed Execration, and now he's on Execration, he cannot hold a candle to the members of Stallions. They take their second round. I like it though, no? The tempo na ginagawa dito ng NBA, he knows that he can easily get the approach kagad if he has the spot. Kuha niya yung spot, no? Kanya advantage. Goodness, sa big doghouse sa likod, and contact. Are you gonna push for the flash? Drive?
Ooh, yun nga. You
Na.
may switch the players up here, Tanks. Alam kong si Kano yung dating long player mo dito, pare, pero si Loy caught with the same habits in the exact same position. Once again, no, may adjustments na ginawa nga dito si Boss Tanks para dito sa Team Stallions. Once again, JJ being the mid player. KLP, alam naman natin na magtatap yan, but I really did not expect na si Kano to be hanging more on the B side, second mid side of the map, pare, considering na maybe he usually does hold itong mid doors, and he is the fastest reactor, no, sa lahat ng mga players dito ng SDS. And speed of reaction, KLP will be getting itong si Yotib. Justin nakalabas ng mid, pero mamamatay lang rin siya. JJ will not be going down. Teka lang, CBN getting 3 with the turnaround. KLP, good defense. But the better highlight galing dito kay CBN na gusto na rin bumawi dito sa mapa natin. KLB with an HE. Not be catching anyone in that position. Pero anong gustong kunin na angle dito ni KLB? He has an M14 EBR, could be a straight laser if he wants to, pare. Pero CBN hearing na merong tao na naandito sa spawn, just waiting for the full swing galing dito kay KLB. Walks right into his crosshairs. An Execration. Yun nga, no? Piling ko yung kaguluhan talaga ng mga smokes dito sa A-site yung nagpapapanalo sa kanila dito. But at the same time, finding Loy early is definitely key dito, pare.
I mean, they did not find Loy, pare. Loy went and kept dry with no flash whatsoever, no util. I mean, push back, I know you trying, but that is just a different level, pare. KLB getting 1 over the bar.
That's my kind of HK challenge, pare.
Ang bilis no? It's already there.
Inakyatan yung barman to go head-to-head up against Yotib. No sane player does that, pare, pero apparently KLB, he wants the head.
Usually, siguro, in-expect ko pag yun sa bintana ng hotel is someone peeks right through the window, right? What if I stand on top of the bar? KLB using 100% of his brain right there. I'll beat the sniper, but Loy, ready for the swing?
Uy, nakalis po siya dun. How has he gotten away with that? Loy getting CBN and MBA will be falling. And Execration once again stuck between a rock and a hard place dito sa mapa ng Eagle Eye. And Justin could be the next victim dito, Kano. He senses na merong tao, na merong pananaan dito sa may mid-side, and he does guess right but doesn't just peek it. In that corner, KLB spotted sa bypass at nagkamali ng peek. Di nakita yung pagbaba dito ni Justin. And Loy, this is now the issues lying para dito sa SDS. Everybody looking for their just trades, pero si KLP tamang-tago na lang dito sa metal box. Big responsibility to try and go for a clutch exactly like this. Pero si KLP, nilabas na ang EBR. Justin in kill range as well. A few bullets could make or break! Naku po, naglabas ng flashbang sa maling oras pero mapapaikot. Si Justin all the way sa long pero KLP mapapaikot na rin sa base ng kanilang kalaban. Pero tignan mo naman si KLP, genius move galing sa kanya to be ahead of the curve on this B side. Justin will be possibly trying to check this hotel position. Pero kung ma-realize ni KLP na medyo maaga-aga ng C4 ay naandito sa B-site at itong si Justin ang maghahanap at maghahasik
Is he too far?
ng lagim. I-check kaya ni Justin, pero Justin looping right back dito sa may mid-side, keeping the timing random for both of them. KLP nagdaanan na sila dito, di pa nakakita, pero KLP tamang harap. Justin pati siya nagulat doon. And he even hit si KLP somehow actually. But it is through the wall, unfortunately. And grabe, KLP presenting a clutch. Even with the rifle, pare, kayang-kaya na yan.
Okay, I'm kind of confused. We had like 5 incidents of that happening. Nagkakitaan sila sa monitor natin pero hindi sila nagkakitaan actually. No? It's not the 4x3. Exactly, the 4x3 dito. And that is not the 4x3. That is the head of Loy. CBN Revenge Tour. Finally getting one on Loy. He's delivering. And so far, so good. Execration with the lead in man advantage. Can they deliver in the rounds though? Isang malakasang entrada lang to, Sneaky. Pero they're about to let things simmer.
Kinda have to, no? Kasi pag pinasok po tong Stallions na masyado mabilisan para na wala kang information kung nasan yung mga ibang players dito. Especially itong si Kano on where and what part of the map ang kailangan i-rotate. KLP now on a EBR. Humble enough to give it to his teammate na si JJ, who is also just as capable of sniping, no? But Yotib in a very good spot dito sa doghouse. If he can get just a cheeky angle dito kay JJ, that's the sniper down. At vulnerable na dito si KLP, pare. Pero si Kano napalipat, ah.
Is this a read or is this just an adjustment on the fly? No? Maybe a protocol one at that. Hayaan nilang gumalaw dito. Execration, man down. Kano is about to face 3 people out the door. Knock, knock again, Sneaky.
Oh, but not the taps this time para dito kay Kano. CBN getting KLB now allowed in the hotel side. Pero tignan mo naman si Justin. Napakaganda ng kanyang gapang dito. Through spawn and through mid potentially can be getting itong si JJ. JJ shot, misses, and the shot hits para kay Justin, and it will be KLP last left alive para sa kanyang team. Pero si Justin tamang repick na lang dito sa may bedside. 3-3. Execration. Keeping it equal dito sa map na Eagle Eye.
Yeah, I'm now wondering about why itong si Kano, no? He's playing towards B. I mean, I get he's still playing towards the mid doors side, pero wala siyang gagawin dito, pare. KLB!
KLB? On the hotel side? Nako po, wala nang natira galing sa Execration. That is what you need from Team Stallions. Pero Execration with their own aggression as well. Pero mapipigilan na lang si Loy like CBN. Like he did earlier. Justin, the last one left alive. Kanina pa siya gapang dito sa spawn. Usually the man flanking, but now he's the man clutching.
Now what? Justin. Convery has a C4. Nakahover lang dito sa Kano! Wow! I thought that was the HK, but apparently he was sniping, so never mind. I take back my wow, that was just a normal shot from Kano. 4-3 STS, or nabigla din tayo doon. Sige, no, bigla nilang pinasok dito yung LB. They just went ahead and rushed the hotel entrance. And maybe one more for Kano. Who is sniping? Tingnan mo natin yung HK, grabe yun, no?
Yeah, he got that second mid player. And was just covering itong si KLB the entire time, pare. Yeah, very good job. I feel like the secondary sniper is definitely well needed para dito sa STS. I just didn't expect it to come in the form of Kano.
We all thought it was KLB. But nah, Kano wants to take a jab at the TRG as well. So, mag-aggressive din naman sila, no? Baka babain na nila, pero si Folex yung aakyat. And they're now just placing it. KLB takes a jab at it, but Folex wins that one. No sorry. Kano, hahanapan niya ng trade habang bumabalik dito sa may bridge, pero so far, parang siya din yung nalilito sa ginagawa niya eh. Will find MVA, not quite with the shot. And you have to back off now if you're Kano.
Yeah, I got no choice in the matter, pero I don't think backing is part of his vocabulary here. Ay na pa rin bitawan itong hotel natin, and Execration now a bit suspicious na merong katulong itong si Kano na ganito siya confident pare. At dahil nga sa sobrang confident ni Kano, they think that it is more than a single player na nasa loob ng hotel or nandito sa B-stack. Pero KLP, what a spot on Yotib! Trying to see if he can get the boost up dito sa top A para makuha ng angulo. Pero si Lloyd nandito na naman sa mid. Justin will be getting him. Folex will be getting KLP. JJ's down! Good fight from the side of Execration. At si Kano na lang natitira once again.
Mistag.
DRG na kasi, men. Oh! Getting Folex. Justin. Second mid. Yeah, this is easy at this point. Man's running away. And a 4-4 Execration. Once again, keeping it equal dito sa laruan natin, pare.
I cannot still credit Execration. Like, sure, they are getting the kills, pero off of it was like, SDS just messing around, right? Like, this double TRG setup na ginagawa nila. It's a bit unorthodox from what we usually see. Yes, nakikita din natin paminsan-minsan, pero doing this often, and then going for the push na, dry walang util, it's not really like them, no? So while we go for the final round in the first half dito, we're gonna see that replay now where we almost saw him hit a nasty shot, pero di lang nakuha. Not caught in the 4K dito sa ating observers. All good though. MVA taking a jab at it. What is with this Arctic buys or Arctic pickups dito with their bags?
Hey man, you gotta get those openings, pare. Kung makakuha ka ng isa dito si MBA, he would just drop that TRG right onto Yotib na may kulang lang ng isang bala, pare. Pero SDS, one of their more calmer defenses in all honesty. JJ with the reaction, actually getting itong si Fall X. KLP will be getting CBN in return. Good jumping shot. KLP will be going down low, biding his time, and finally getting MBA. Gets a turnaround on Justin. Jumping shot as well on Yotib. Loy styling on them sa House A.
Okay, CBN, I gave you your kills. I get my highlight. Fair trade. 5-4. Stallions still leading, but I feel like Sneaky, it's closer than we anticipated, no? Sure, it's the tempo that's been playing these two teams, pero once we saw the TRG being brought out no by multiple members of the teams, I feel like nagkakapana sila. Execration though, about to meet people in the hotel. Hello!
Kita kayo si KLB dun? Ay, sakto yung baba ni KLB where the HE exploded, pare. Not the best way to start off a round kung kay SDS, pare.
Yeah. And yung tempo na sinasabi ko dito kanina para sa Execration, can or will SDS do it, no? Are they gonna slow cook this one like a pressure cooker talaga? Wait for the kettle to whistle? Or are they just going to just put the flame on, para turn it up high and let it boil real quick? It seems to be the former that they're trying to do, but Yotin, solido lang siya dito. Checking, baka umangat si Loy, and hindi siya umangat. He just peeks. Dead. 3v5.
Well, Kano, nakita na nga si Folex. MVA getting KLP in return though. So, may space dito sa long at may space dito sa LB for this side of Stallions and Execration respectively dito. Pero, more space needs to be gotten para dito sa SDS if they even want to consider a round win para sa kanila. Kano so far with the only kill in this entire round for the Stallions side, and he needs to get at least 3 more to make it a possibility. Pero KLB spotted nga dito sa House A, and wonder if anyone from Execration is gonna react to this. Papabayaan lang yata nila tong si CBN.
He can handle himself, but it's KLB yung katapat mo, no? So he can pop off at any given moment. So CBN, he's just hedging his bets dito, hiding behind the rooms. I mean, KLB is gonna get one. And iikot na dito si Kano. No, MVA will take a kill. Tie game. And if I was Coach Tax, I would not pull a timeout until Execration hits 9. Maybe that's how confident he is right now. But I feel like this is still cruise control, no Sneaky, for Stallions. They're just testing things out. Maybe they picked this out of curiosity. Maybe they wanted to try new stuff out. Maybe yun yung rason kung bakit nakikita natin si Loy na nag-forward dito sa LAC. Kano na nasa may second mid, but that again is Justin going down to Loy, and they continue their press dito sa EV.
Oh, Kano just jumping straight into the action. Folex, di man lang nakasagot. And CBN will be trying to see if he can maybe gain a +1 dito kay Loy, and that he does. Pero yun lang, yung B-side na pala may nakaaway na dito sa depensa ng Execration, and it seems like NBA and CBN not enough to defend this site. And it's a 6-5 Stallions. Lead na naman para sa kanila dito, pare. That was just pure pace.
And that's pace indeed, no? Not really waiting for anything, just forcing the fight. But they don't force the fight brashly, no? Talagang inaantay lang nila yung, okay, are you ready? We're gonna throw the util, then we're gonna go, tas pag magasa na tayo, dire-diretso na to. Ganun yung gawaan ng Stallions kapag they're trying to go for that fast tempo approach. May katulong dito si Polex, though. Just hovering sa may EB. Checking things out. Polex getting a bit curious. Kano, you're right around the corner. The nade barely hits. Or doesn't hit at all dito kay Kano. They have the C4 now. So 3 members sa may LB, sa may hotel banda. And then 2 spread sa may Arco at isa sa may door mid. Maybe if they fancy their chances, pare, they could just do the same thing. And then yung dalawa dito sa mid, they just converge dun sa door mid para pigilan yung rotator. Sakto, tatlo yun nandito sa A for Execrations. But this is awfully long, no? For a round. Okay, this time.
Yun nga, Polex, Hotel, check-in. Will not be receiving 2 guests, pero si KLB gusto talagang pumasok. Hotel will be occupied temporarily dito ng Team Stallions, pero pakiramdam ko kukuha pa sila ng map control dito sa mapa natin. That is why Loy will separate from the group. And possibly will provide a late lurk para sa kanyang team. Pero sit and wait for now. Ang strategy dito ng Team Stallions, they know Execration will try and see if they can end this setup early before it even begins. Pero dun din pwede magkamali. Itong Execration natin, you don't wanna pull the trigger too early in that kind of strats. Pero si Loy, smoke setup on the A side, but is not gonna convince anyone on the side of Execration.
Alam niya.
Doon nga papunta ang ating mapa. FBA, Loy with the check, gets away with his life. 3 peeks into MBA, pero di niya ka mapapatay yun. Wala nang mid-presence. Ang STS, KLB will be taken down by the same player. KLP na lang, Yotib. We spotted. Doesn't actually get on the angle in time, pero KLP pwede pang tumakbo papunta ng A site. Is worried about the front and the back dito ng B.
Oh.
Plant will be finally going down. Timing is of the essence para sa kanya, para KLP having to hit 2 quick scopes. Maybe a quick scope and the USP headshot. That's all that he needs in this situation.
Oy!
KLB
Ayun na naman!
first is there. USP will not be enough to take out itong si MVA. Kanina pang immortal sa baril na yan. 6-6 Execration.
Parang
Men,
kanina pa rin
parang
ano,
di
may
nangyari
problema
sa
si ano. No, kanina pa may problema dito si KLP, no, sa Ankara na kapag high pressure moment na siya yung talagang dinudumbog or he's in a clutch siya. Nahihirapan siya pumindot ng mouse 1, pare. He scoped din but he forgot to press. He switches to the USB, tries to rush them down pero nalugi siya dun sa angle. So, yeah, the resurgence of KLP is there pero kulang pa. Hilaw pa.
Stallions A side take. El Clasico para sa kanila, pare. JJ will be getting taken down. Pero ito na sinasabi ko, all that firepower congregated dito sa House A. At lahat ng lumaban galing sa Execration will be regretting that they did. Fall X almost out of commission dito sa mapa natin. 1 HP on him. Justin nasa tower na. This is not a position that you can retake from, pare. So, likely, Stallions with the 7th.
Yeah. Caught us off guard na naman. They really like to throw us off guard with this high tempo plays na talagang sasagasa lang. Pwede naman palang ganun. Why not do it earlier just to break the tempo dito na Execration? Justin will try, but we know that he's being wrapped around and that's an easy kill for Kano. The 7th dito for Stallions. And they just might continue. But I see 2 TRGs in the hands of the KL brothers. The opposite side, only one on Yotib. This tells me that they want to go slow, but that C4 is moving awfully fast sa may hotel. Tutong Masiloy. At may isa pa ata kasunod.
Ooh, good mid as well. Galing dito kay Justin, blasting through those double doors. And unfortunately, dahil nga wala si Loy dun sa sitwasyon na yun, alam nila na walang nagbabantay dun sa double. And SCS, wala man lang sila nakuha dun sa first 2 kills nila, pare. Those are valueless deaths. Galing dito kay Loy at kay KLP. No map control gotten whatsoever.
And I feel like this is another finger to point at the sudden buy ni KLP ng TRG. If they were playing for rifles, pare, they can move a bit faster. Hindi dapat ito yung hawak ni KLB. Kano will have to find ways, no? But finding top mid will get one. Another one, Yotib right around the corner.
Oh my god, he still hits that? Kano with the second one. Fall X on the side. USP spray is a bit off. Pero buti na lang Fall X with a bit of movement. Does navigate his way out of cable car.
Where is KLB?
SDS. Oh no. They know KLB. He fat-fingered mouse one, pare. It is what it is. Happens to the best of us. 7-7 execration. Nandito pa rin din.
I don't think that's the biggest mistake ni KLB. Why is he separating from his team? Maybe to try and find another option pa towards A. Pero ang kalat, no? Hindi masama kalat. It's just that same default na 2-3 towards B. Pero they opted to go for that TRG double buy, no? Or double bag dito for the KL brothers. I feel like that slow tempo that KLB wants to provide for his team, it's not working. KLB though will find the pick. Folek, kanina pa to Makate, at least a scratch on the edge dito for SDS.
Uy, tingin dito ni JJ. CBN will be getting taken down. NBA will be taking no with him. Pero si JJ makakadalawa. Execration, they had the lead and they didn't. Pero Yotib could be the game changer para sa kanyang team. Justin with a very good timing on the back mid side. KLP napalabas ng nade para mag-set up para sa kanyang teammate.
Hello.
And a quick scope from Yotib will be taken out. Etong si KLB. C4 is in doghouse still. Yotib now aware na merong tao na naandito sa may long side. He unscopes just in time. Pero Loy, gustong challenge, gustong sumala. One tap could be the key. And a miss from Yotib could be as well. Pero yun lang, the pre-aim was there. Loy crouched when the TRD was present. And Execration, thanks to Yotib, nasalba pa nila yung round.
Okay, I think my prediction na Coach Downs will only time out when this reaches 9 might come true, but Execration, they're forcing SS to play no more funny games, no more silly games. Stallions gonna hit A again and they are prepared. Apat. Tatlo nandito. Yotib on the line.
Ooh, nades are being thrown, but will the bullets fly para sa kanila? Yotib and CBN with good first two denials dito sa loob, pero KLB has to do a lot of work just to get that space. Pero di nila alam si MVA nakarating na. Yotib getting Loy and KLP forced to run away. You are up against 4. Justin with a nade. And KLP will be out of commission. Timeout possibly para dito sa Team SDS.
Oh, okay.
Tama ka doon, man. Tama
Finally.
ka doon.
Right. But please, let's get ourselves straight. Enough fun and games, Stallions. I think you had enough experimentation. What is the actual game plan here? Because the rounds that you guys have been cooking were mid at best in terms of effectivity. What made you guys work were only your mechanics, and we are only going to fall back at that. I think way past na tayo doon, Sneaky, sa argument or sa topic na magaling yung Stallions kasi ang kati nila. No, we need to be better than just Makate. Kailangan nating galingan in macro. Be it the first match natin dito sa summer, sa Masters, no? And if you really want that clean sweep, no? 18-0 in the group stage, you got to treat that every single map is going to be the loser. They're not treating this one like a winner, pare. And that map is going to bite them back really hard because Execration, they mean business. The upgrade is upgrading, pare. It's proving its worth. How about the mentorship, right? We've seen KLP in situations na clutchable, pero sometimes he forgets to quick scope. Sometimes he forgets to just press mouse 1. He gets pressured when he switches to the USP. What is the system here, no? What are we trying to revamp?
I feel like itong si KLB, I would want to see him back in that form na nakita ka natin earlier, no? Heavy peaks on A, heavy peaks on B. Whether it is on BLN or GR, pare. And mapapatanong ka na lang talaga dito if ikaw si KLB, what would Revenge do in this situation? Well, you can ask him. He's right next to you, pare. Pero, what will he do? Anong ang gagawin ng isang Revenge? Pag 7-9 na ang kanyang team, that is where Revenge takes the wheel and gives it to the enemy, pare, and sasabihin,
Maybe
you're gonna need this because I'm a force to be reckoned with, pare.
Maybe KLP can do one better, pare. Revenge, show me how it's done. Map 3. Show me how it's done. Sige nga, ikaw nga.
Ay,
Last
I'm not
round for
knocking that
Stallions.
down.
And, ooh! There's
Nabi.
more.
Oh, Lloyd just absolutely wrecks itong si Focus USP firing at 500 bullets per second pare. And NBA gets
KLP?
taken down. Teka lang, it's a bit too desperate para makakuha ng trade itong Execration. And CBN is the
And
next
wow.
victim. Everybody just died.
And then suddenly they're just reading the rotations like it's the breakfast. Pare, they're just reading what they want. Let me get a one piece. Tosilog right here, pare. SDS. The first 2 kills from Loy, good. The trade by KLP, over picking on that Execration member, good. But the catch ni JJ on the rotation sa door mid, it's like they know where they're going. Now, last attempt again for Execration to close this out and force a map 3. We're going to see a heavy lean dito sa EB. It's Hotel.
Look at this though. I feel like they're anticipating na baka may fast play na mangyayari galing dito sa Exe. Maybe trying to push this mid side, maybe trying to push this long side, pero hindi. Execration deciding that it will be a 3-2 positioning with Yotib moving. Yung moving piece, kumbaga, in between yung mga sides natin. Pero that also can make yung sniper natin wildly unavailable para dito sa mga long angles natin, which is kind of worrying, no? Pero si Yotib naghahanap na lang siguro ng guarantee dito, men.
How much of a guarantee can they get now? Since 100%? 70-50? What's the question here? What's the bargain here? May tinatry i-snipe dito si KLP. I feel like that's adjusting. Pero the positions right now, hawak ni Yotib yung door mid. Any cross would be deadly, and Loy gets taken out. That's crucial.
It's one of the more important pieces na mapa natin, pare. Loy out of commission. Folex looking for that secondary player coming in. Spots a lot of steps and a lot of bodies going dito sa hotel natin, and will be asking some of the Execration members to foray on back to the speed site. Pero para sa Execration, hindi pa nila ipapull ng trigger dito sa ating mapa. Kano already tempted to go for the full B kung nasaan man dito si Folex. Folex with the tap and Folex with the death. Falling to his demise, and KLB will be getting Justin. Teka lang, napaikot pa yung round. And the rotation being denied ni KLP. Stallions. No, needed that 9th round timeout, pare. It seems like Tanks just disciplining the kids. Sabi niya, wag kayong maulit. Tapusin niyo na ang regulation natin so we can get into overtime and maybe get these formalities over. Pero Stallions, they made it.
The great lock-in of the 9th round time by Stallions. So I feel like this one is just a test. I feel like really it's just a test dito. How well can they develop these middling defaults and middling executes to work? It did not see any fruition na maganda. I feel like medyo alanganin pa at best yung mga ginagawa ni Stallions before that 9th round secured ng Execration. When the timeout button started, I feel like that's the great lock-in, and suddenly you can see the night and day difference. They are reading the rotations. Hindi na sila naghahanap dito ng mga over-aggressive picks, and they know to just go together, no? And tama yung headline natin, guys. Pangatlong overtime sa unang araw. Blessing in disguise. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow is a quicker day. Matapos tayo mga alas 5. I don't really know. Pero may this be entertaining for all of you. Third overtime, I don't want to see a fourth. But who knows?
Who knows, man? Malay mo, diba? It could be, another golden round, pare. It could be map number 3. Who knows? Really, at the end of this situation,
We let it ride.
We let it ride. We've had 3 overtimes dito sa day number 1 natin, pare. Honestly, hindi ko napansin na yun nga, we are kind of been at this for 8 and some hours, pare. Pero, alam mo, hindi mo papapagod ang mga players natin sa paglaro ng CROSSFIRE because the CROSSFIRE is hot in this server, pare. SDS rolling on back dito sa ating prior form right before this tournament, pare, where STS was just absolutely beating everyone after that timeout. Execution blindsided by that, pare, pero tatry nilang tapusin from here.
Okay, so what is the game plan dito for Execration? Let's try to probe mid, hold dito sa mid tower. Hayaan natin makuha itong doghouse, yung house A. Bigla lang tayo susulpot siguro. Double swing, not really the play quite yet. They're letting MVA hold dito, the C4. Barilan na ote here and there. Pero look at the setup ni Stallions, no? The loss of EB, he's a second mid. And where is Kano? Still, nandito sa EB. So, apparently, that's going to be set in stone na in their defense, pare, that Kano is going to be playing towards B. I would have preferred him towards dito sa may door mid natin, no, leaning towards A. Mas okay yun for me, pero that is just how they want to roll, and the execution mid split once again.
Oh, KLB, Kano, and JJ insta-giving 3 players dito ng Execration na gustong pumasok ng mid. And Yotib and CBN having to go the alternative route, which is itong long B natin, which is slightly harder to go through, no? KLB nakatutok na ang kanyang sniper on that entrance side, but gets off of it on the wrongest time. Teka lang, CBN could be providing one of the sickest timings that he could ask for. Kaso nag-iba siya ng baril, so
Hala!
I'm not sure if that's information, pero KLB just one-taps him, no longer an issue. And Yotib, spotty KLB trying to run through the window, pero surrounded ka na pare, wala ka na magagawa. That TRG, a 10-9 scoreline, double digits para sa Stallions.
This was again, no, KLB on that TRG and Eagle Eye that secured the round win in crucial times, pare. Para this is Stallions. We've seen that happen versus Fervid. Now we are seeing it happen versus Execration in the first ever game nila dito sa CFSC Master Summer. And they got taken to overtime once more by Execration. Who would have thought, no? That we all just go back to square one where Execration is bringing us to overtime after giving them the whooping in Ankara. Pero yeah, props to Execration, no? They're fighting back. They're taking this as serious as they can. And their performances, not too shabby. I would say na itong STS yung may onus ng mistakes for most of the rounds natin. So, the great lock-in for STS has to start now. Getting the 3 rounds straight dito sa overtime would be good. Do not force the golden round. You do not want that coin flip.
You do not want that curse upon you, pare. Especially knowing anything can happen in a certain round. Pero KLB, not think about it anymore. CBN taken down. Pero dadaan na nga sa mid-side itong Execration. KLB falling. JJ getting Justin in return. Pero MBA, nakita na si Kano. A very key kill. Nanaan dito si Loy! C4's down.
One more.
Having a hard time trying to climb up dito sa house A. Will he check his right side? MBA looking for the last player. Pero si Loy, hindi niya mapapatay itong si Fall X, and he's also suspicious na meron tao dito sa top A. Look at the composure dito ni Loy. 2 right in front of him. It's a double swing! And a very good call galing kay MBA to do that. You have to respect yung capabilities dito ni Loy of him getting the 2-tap. And it's a 10-10.
I feel like Folex was the one that called that, no? Knowing na siya yung initial contact. Talagang tinawag na lang niya na, tara, double swing na natin. Ito na naman, aggressive na naman tayo towards A Sneaky.
There it is, A-side take. Pero Execration, bad exchange para sa kanila pare. KLP still on that top A side, and Folex and Yotib will get him. Nasaan na yung tulong ng Stallions? Instead, JJ wanting to go via that long side, and KLB still having the angle dito kay MBA. Yotib known in that house A position as well. Pero kailangan na bumalik dito ni MBA, or kailangan na bumalik dito ni KLB. MBA dealt damage, sees his foot, hits the thigh, pero hindi na namalayan si Folex. Nandito na pala sa likod. JJ, who was supposed to be in long in the first place, pare. Ngayon, nandito na siya lalabas si Spawn. Yotib has to be careful. Don't want to get triple dinked with this EBR. Jump peek. Pero tatama pa rin. Execration with a 1-point lead dito sa ating overtime.
That is a quick turn of events. Akala natin dito na magliligpit ng kalat ng STS, pero no. Yes, sila yung pinakamagaling na team sa atin, and yes, itong Execration, they are still challengers versus our champions, pero you got to give this STS team no leeway, pare. They should be the perfect team. They should be like the best team dito sa atin. And for them to be taken to this kind of scoreline by Execration in a fashion na hindi naman like very formidable to Execration. Like, yeah, they are taking some rounds, they are hitting some shots, but half of the rounds given dito sa Execration would be the mistakes coming in from the Stallion side. Alanganin men eh. Parang what are they trying to cook here? What are they really trying to achieve? No? I feel like that's a good question to ask later if ever SCS gets the serious victory. Pero who knows, man? Maybe we're just overthinking this. Maybe there's, we're just trying stuff out. The simplest answer ever.
It would piss me off in the interview kung sinabi ko yun, pare. Pero, you know, STS, Okay, back to the grouping stage dito sa kanila, pare.
Wait.
JJ, jump in. But can he get it? Justin is now down. Folex with the trade. Pero Kano with the one tap on the USB.
I've seen it all.
I knew that gun was S tier.
I've seen it all. They are rushing dito sa LB natin pare papuntang EB. Jumping on the USP. That is a strat, mga kaibigan. You can do that. You can emulate that success rate. Unknown, unless your team Stallions, they won that strat. They got a pick and Loy will get another one sa Dormid. Kanina pa kayo nahuhuli sa rotation nyo. Ba't pa kayo mag-aasim dito? 2 members left, Yotib, the New Blood, and MVA, the newly appointed IGL. Down,
Oh my God.
last member alive is going to be a witch hunt.
Yun nga, men. Yung Kano, I think they just let him go at that point. Pipigil dun kay Kano na mag-forward, pare. And, ayun na nga, 11 to
Ain't that
11,
serious?
make a wish, pare, para dito sa ating dalawang team. Sino nga makakuha ng ating 12th na scoreline, which is probably gonna be the most important one to set the stakes para sa ating overtime. Will it be golden or
They're
will
gonna
it
do
be
it again.
a full
Oh,
clear to do
countering!
it again? But they have a trap na naan dito sa long. Si KLB na pabalik, but is he safe? Oh,
one.
KLP. How to get that? Pero Folex, no reason to push forward dito, pare. You have the advantage. Oh, he needs to get CBN again, man. He has no choice. I know that's your boy, pero
Kailangan nyo to
it's time
miming.
it's time to tap in for the 9th time, pare. Pero Folex.
Oh!
Just a bit faster on the angle. 600 hertz kind of helping in that situation, pare. Pero
KLP?
KLP, how the hell did he hit that shot? Double flick. And the adjustment, MBA will be
KLP.
taken down. Pero KLP, can you get 2 picks open a row dito, pare? Mukhang hindi. Raratrating ka na lang ng USB ni Yotib, and it will be 12th para sa Execration. One more point, and they could get the Eagle Eye.
SAS, they're not gonna back down. Alam nila na doing that the second time would be funny, but they got countered. Now that was just unnecessary from their side, but good heads-up play dito from Execration, knowing that they might do it again. If hindi nila ginawa, at least we will have control dito ng LB and second mid even, no? Now stakes are high dito sa STS. Say goodbye early to your
Wow.
clean sheet, but KLP says no. We're keeping this one alive. We are not gonna lose the chance at the very first match. Sneaky, they're gonna have to push this one. Hanap
They
sila
should
ng
know by
counter.
now. They should know by now, man. Kanina pa
Nakabang.
nagre-react ng ganito yung Execration eh. Oh, pero KLB mahuhulog na nga Kano. Desperate for a trade. Kita na siya sa doghouse pero mapapabalik na nga si CBN ng A-site natin. Kano try to get some heads via that map boost pero it's too late naman. Pero dapat alam mo na yan kung kayo yung STS though, right? I mean, that's what Execration has been doing on the A side for the past few rounds. Pag makakuha sila ng pick dito sa A or someone gets pick sa A or dito sa B, they start pushing A. And they're gonna start pushing again. Kano! Oh, no! Pero JJ will be falling. MVA will try to get Kano pero nandito na si Loy. Napakabilis.
Loy!
Para sa trade. Loy will be getting MVA. The dip and dash kind of style na ginagawa ngayon dito ng STS is working up against Execration. They are confused on what to fight, what to prioritize dito sa mapa natin. A-site looking less and less likely na magiging landing spot ng ating C4. Pero Yotib gusto nang lumipat. Pero dito lang sa spawn, pare.
Napaka-tense naman ito, Sneaky. Someone hold KLP's hand. He's hitting some nutty shots, but so can Yotib. And if this goes towards Execration favor, it could all end here. Oh, Yotib!
Oh,
Yotib!
Yotib missed! Oh my goodness, El! Hindi ka pwede magbintis sa ganun na sitwasyon, Yotib. He needed to hit. And it has to be Folex to get this 1 versus 3. Pero si Loy, also familiar with Tap Fu. 12 to 12. And it's golden round, pare.
We let it ride.
Let it ride.
What a tornado. KLP, wala kang china-challenge dyan. Flip of a coin, ladies and gentlemen. It has been this narrative for the whole day na unang araw pa lang, you want Crossfire, we're gonna give you Crossfire, pare. Bang! Golden rounds. Look at that replay though. naughty shots being hit left and right dito. Kano almost losing the game there, but definitely Yotib, no, he had to have hit that shot. But he did not, no. So here we are.
Yep.
Will it be heads or tails for STS or Execration?
Tsaka kasi magaling yung
Not quite
Stallions
sure.
pagdating sa mga ganun na sitwasyon, Noel, like where multiple players are already fist fighting, tapos may swing na nangyayari galing sa Execration, and the fighting, the longer it goes, the better it is para sa STS, because that allows Loy and Kano to kind of try and see and seek out yung mga fights sa gaya nga ng ganito. Pero Execration, a big mistake potentially na hindi nga nilang in-early peak itong hotel natin, and they decide to go for a late crunch for it. B-split possibly ang pwede natin makita. STS, the also reliable B-split. Can
Justin.
it get it? Justin is now down. Kailangan dumaan na mid kahit hindi nyo napansinin yung mga A players. Folex still
Last hold.
hiding. Can they seek him on the side? Cable car, left, right, and center. KLB spots him, pero nandito na si KLP para kunin ang kanyang
CBN.
kuya. CBN with the one tap on KLP. 3 versus 3. 48 seconds
Naikot.
left. C4 hindi pa nabababa dito sa cable car, pero meron nang umiikot sa
JJ.
likod. JJ gets away in time.
Oh my
NBA trying to
goodness.
chase him down sa hotel. 30 seconds worth of action in this B site. Pero kaya ba ng Execration na bumalik? Kaya ba ng Execration na mag-retake dito sa mapa? Mukhang
Down.
hindi. Headshot galing kay JJ.
50
Yotib.
seconds.
EBR, makakapatay ng isa. 2 versus 2, 15 on the clock.
Oh,
Not much
wait,
time.
wait.
Not much health. It's a spray down galing kay Yotib,
What?
and it's a win for Execration.
I'm speed. The clean sheet of Stallions, the one thing that they haven't achieved locally, the perfect 18-0, the second time this year to try for that clean sheet, gone in the first ever day of CFS Masters. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ellen Sneaky Frog. You just witnessed the Execration take a map versus Stallions. And to be fair, props to Execration, but Stallions, what is the logic? What is the psyche behind all of these mistakes, all of these rounds that you guys were throwing? Sneaky, I don't have words for it, man. It's cinema, but it's meh cinema.
It's a pretty messy cinema, pare, let's just say. And yun nga, it seems like Execration intending to take this until the morning hours natin, pare. And ito nga, Team Stallions, granted that it has been a really good attempt to get this back in your way, pare. Pero the hecticness finally coming back to bite them in the back, pare. And it seems like not getting Yotib in time na nasa loob ng site. Ayun nga, it could have just broken them in its entirety, pare. But in all honesty, that being down to a 1 versus 1 is definitely a fitting ending, no, for a map like this.
Mm-hmm. And I have a question lang siguro, no, what does obsession mean to the Stallions, boys? What does obsession mean? Does it mean testing the limits in the actual live matches? Does it mean trying the worst strats and making them work? Does it mean making sure that these crazy ideas actually work in the pressure situation? I understand the objective. I applaud the attempt. But is it worth it when you guys want domination? No? Which one does matters more to you guys? No? Is it domination or obsession towards the game? You can't have both because that will just result in insanity. Sneaky. What a game. Talagang we can break this down 3 ways, no? Execration was playing good. Yotib was hitting some shots, although some were a bit of 50-50, some were a bit hit or miss. Still, he was hitting some shots. Folex, he was on one, right? He was the guy that is always the consistent one dito para sa ating mga players ng Execration, mid-calling as well. MVA, well, we just witnessed, no, what he can do in his IGLing. CBN, giving Loy a taste of defeat after getting spanked a lot of times sa Ankara. Of course, no, I feel like we just have to break this down even more. Who else better but Bipolar and Mochi? What can you say about what happened today?
Alright. I could say is this is indeed insanity. Because continuous surprises happen. This is just the first day. So mula kanina until now, OT, third maps definitely present every single time, and then now. Ultimo, against STS. Ultimo, against STS, mind you, in the very first day. What if the gap is actually closing up already?
Mochi, let's talk about the gap a little bit, no? Since nagpe-prepare pa naman yung stats natin. Alam nating may gap, right? Stallions is here. Nasa top na sila ng mountain, Moch. Pero di ba lahat yan umahabol? There time that some of the teams will get a little boost of adrenaline and reach the top of the X very, very soon. Is this the answer to that? Ito na ba yung epitome ng ano na yun? A matchup, a golden round for all rounds, Mochi. Yung nagbigay nun, a specific masterpiece of 35 plus seconds yung nakita natin doon, 3v3, and the one to end it all was a 20-year-old Lionel Flores, we call Yotib. This man was literally in the world of Salvatore, correct me if I'm wrong, played CROSSFIRE pub games, bet games para lang makakuha ng PC. Now he's in Execration and he defeated STS in subbase and he cleared 2 people na almost full HP. How did that happen? Alam mo yung nangyari dito, Mochi, para tayong nakita ng acceptance and as well as comeback friends ulit. Ganun yung setting points ng Eagle Eye 2.0. Pantay yung laban, nagkakabigayin. At yung nakakatawa pa doon, yung first half natin, walang natatamaan si Yotib. Wala siya nakakuhang big kills. At like round 5, 1 kill pa lang yung kill pa lang dito ni Yotib. Meanwhile, the two TRGs ng players natin para sa Execration, which was Kano and KLP, was garnering so much kills at like 6 kills at those rounds in the first half. But Execration prevailed, man. Nakabawi sila sa overtime, Moch. Last time that we saw them, again, 2-0 in both overtimes. And Execration could not win in overtime. But now, look at this transition. Last 15 seconds. And Yotib, pinilit na lang, Moch! He read it carefully na lahat. Nasa harapan niya na lang. Ang kailangan niya lang gawin is press M1 and W. Look at that! 15 rounds! And Execration get the last golden round.
And ito yung tanong dito ngayon, no, Bipolar, no? Ito na ba, no? Si Yotib na ba ang nawawalang icing sa ibabaw ng cupcake ng Execration in order to break that curse naman talaga, no? Kasi, biro mo, this map can dictate everything in the future. But here for Execration, that seems to be of a breakthrough, no? Para dito sa ating laban against Team Stallions sa ngayon. And you know what? After all of the stats, both of them did great. Both of them been able to perform. Pero si Paul, siya nagpakita na ako ang GOAT para dito sa ating mapa ng Eagle Eye. But again, guys, no, Paul, deserve niya yan. Pero at the same time, Yotib definitely deserved his flowers. A whole field of those, kung pwede lang, no? Because that specific round, yung pinag natin, yun talaga ang ating ano bang magandang word di ba nagamitin dito, no? Yun ang ating hindi na siya totga kasi nangyari na siya. Pero that's like the epitome of the statement that is kung ano ang magiging epekto ni Yotib sa Execration.
Yeah. You know what, Mochi? Nakita natin dito no na Execration was really, really damn pushing it to the limits. Let's see kung maabot nga ba yun sa new compound. A map number 3 that both teams know how to play. Let's see no, Mochi. It's gonna be a very, very wild last map sa ating ng first day pa lang ng group stage.
Kaya naman, tayo rin magbabalik for our last map. At tayo ay naririto para sa ating huling or explosion of action dito, no? Still the series of Team Stallions and as well as Execration. Any predictions here, Bipolar? Sa kung paano maaaring mangyari dito sa ating laban ngayon?
Napupunan ang puso kong Exe at Ken Stallions defeat them in New Compound, a map that they've been practicing, pero all I can say is 2 words: hell yeah! Yan ang mangyayari dito sa ating map number 3. Simulan na natin to.
Simulan na natin to, kaya tawagin na natin si Sticky Frog! Kaya pa ba? We're giving energy! Let's go!
Ito.
Buti pa si Bipolar masaya kasi masasabi ko na Sticky, woo! Let's go, Stallions!
Ay.
We took this to map 3, guys. 9 hours into the first day of our summer broadcast nga pala, no? 9 hours in na tayo. Time check, 11:20. At kung aambahan natin tong laro ng new compound between STS and Exe, they're gonna consume at least 2 minutes per round. And this is gonna go down to like a 9-9. You know what? Golden round ulit. Sige lang. Golden round ulit, Sneaky. When it comes to new compound, both teams can play this map. It's not a priority. It's not a dislike. They can just play this map. Now, the question is, who can play it better in terms of the style and who can come out cleaner this time? Because Stallions, you fumbled the ball. Now, it's in your court. Time to get back out there and shoot it from the logo.
Ayun nga pare, I have a feeling na Execration, this is more of their pocket pick kumpara nga dito sa Team Stallions. I feel like Team Stallions is more like consequence kung bakit sila mapapalaro dito ng new compound.
Yeah.
No? Granted, they still practice yung mapa na to. Of course, you still have to practice every single map in the map pool if you're Stallions kasi ayun nga, hindi mo alam kung ano pa yung mga teams natin when once you do fly to Paris. So, ayun nga, you gotta keep the map pool pretty open para. So, this is what you would say, hindi ko naman masasabi na stock knowledge na pare, para sa side ng Team Stallions, but, you know, they are gonna be less informed at least pagdating dito sa ating matches, but, you know, they probably had that covered in their VOD review right before this. Pero Execration, it seems like they have drawn more success dito sa new compound locally, pero titignan natin if they can kind of do the exact same magic up against yung top team natin, pare.
Exactly, no. I feel like kung nakita natin yung eagle eye na yon ng Stallions at kung magiging totoo nga yung sinabi mo na stock knowledge lang ito ng Stallions, well, to hell with our predictions, pare. I think Bipolar's gonna be the only one happy here. Baka matalo pa nga siya, no? Mag 2-1x yung nilagay niya, Stallion. So, lahat na tayo matalo sa predictions. I don't really give a damn anymore. We're gonna get into the game and we're going to be seeing dito, no, a dead round. Number 5. Don't tell me. Absolute cinema.
Grabe, at 11:22 PM dito pa pumalo ang internet sa Cavite, pare. Napaka, you know, patience is running thin, let's just say, on more than the players dito, pare. Pero, ayun nga, on the ongoing, ang ating dead round dito sa round number 1, and of course, you really, you know, want to have the PCs operating at full capacity as much as possible dito, pare. And I hopefully Execration can just get back into the game and get it going once again, pare. Kasi yun nga, especially game number 3 na to, pare. And this is their chance to kind of strike at the Goliaths, no? Dito ng Stallions, pare.
Exactly. It's a game number 3. Kung makukuha mo yung panalo sa Eagle Eye, why not take it all the way? Why not let it ride, no, Sneaky? Like this day has been letting it ride all along. Let's get the stats right next dito, no? 5 dead rounds, 3 overtimes, 3 best of 3s going the distance. And let's listen in muna, no? A bit of calm for the ongoing storm.
Matalo lang yan.
Nag-smoke na
Hanap ng pitas to.
Whoa, what's going on? Justin, lumabas ka lang ba ng tower at bumaba at pinatay si KLP? That is not how new compound works, pare. Pero sige. What a way to get a first pick kung kayo yung Execration. Now the sniper is out of commission. No? Hindi natin masyado na pag-usapan yung sniper matchup natin actually between KLP at COT dito sa new compound specifically. It's gonna be a lot less output galing sa kanila, pare. And it will be more on Justin MBA, Polex CBN, and yun nga, Loy JJ, Kano, and KLB. See if they can kind of operate, no? Mostly on the rifle firepower, pare.
Okay, so one tidbit na I think we overlooked a bit, no, Sneaks. Revenge is still not playing even when it comes to this do or die moment, no. Sure, it's just a map number 2 for Execration, but it's a map number 3 for Stallions, right? When you get taken to this, you gotta pull out all the stops. And who is really the alas dito, no? It's KLB, apparently.
Ooh, he's getting two with the sniper. Also just as good as his P brother on the other side. Pero NBA finally taking out itong si KLB, who's been a nuisance dito sa bottom B natin this entire time. Pero Team Stallions deciding to see if they can go for a split with only 2 players left. Lloyd manggagaling nga dito sa storage B. JJ tamang distraction lang, but I feel like they're also kind of wary, no? Since sobrang ingay nga dito ni JJ, there's possibly a flank incoming from the behind. And is the distraction gonna work? Lloyd full swing. JJ una mamamatay at si Folex with a very cheeky angle on the other side of B. Ayun nga, Justin just sent it sa tower.
Okay, so at least, no, the fundamentals are not lost even deep into the night. We get the man advantage with Execration. We capitalize off of a Storby hit into the site. Even if KLD gets 2, he still gets taken down, and we end the round with a post plant happily ever after for round number 1 dito na Execration. Now, the question is ngayon, can they continue this form? Nakita na naman natin tong pwestuhan na to from Fervid, no? 3-2. Pero yung 2 ng Fervid, they lean more towards CA, but Kano is not leaning anywhere. He's gonna lean down after getting hit by MVA. 1-for-1 trade Sneaky. And that's one more by Yotib on fire after that clutch from the last map.
Yeah, KLB's still trying to hold the angle, no, para makakuha siya ng trade dito kay Kano, pero siya pa nga namatay. Yotib with a very good spot in a very thin angle. Usually na pinapanalo nga dito ng sniper guy nga ni KLB, pero Yotib has been activating slowly dito sa ating labanan, pare, and it seems like Execration, they're enjoying the upgrade, pare.
They are enjoying the upgrade. It really, well, it gave them the map win over SDS. I mean, that's a return, that's ROI kagad, no? Very much so. So, while they are getting this man advantage, rolling dalawat tumba dito sa STS as KLB. And Kano, apparently, 2 of the better fraggers dito, no? Like, more consistent fraggers for STS. Loy will try to find information, but little does he know, no, na nandito na sa store A, going LA ng ating mga tropa sa Execration. It's going to be KLP with the sniper ready and primed to take them down. That question is, can he?
KLP lang, kamali ng timing dito sa 2F, pare, napaalis sa napakamaling oras, pero KLP has to be worried about Yotib. Pero narinig na nga ang pagka-plant dito sa A-side. KLP realizing na hindi ako umalis dito ng 2F. And STS having to operate in their position. Loy spotted na si Yotib dito sa tower and easily could allow a lot more movement dito sa mapa natin. Pero Yotib mapapapatay. And Loy getting the spray. 18 seconds now on the clock para makakuha ng retake ang STS dito sa loob ng ating site. NBA from the bottom side, getting a very good angle on JJ. Napakahirap i-clear niyan. From the top side, KLP will be getting fall X, pero Justin with a good cover of his fellow Mac the Confident, pare. And that will be another one para sa Execration.
Yeah, ang ganda ng ginawa dito ni Yotib, no? Knowing that he is the overseer nga naman, played through the name. He did not even fight. He just bought as much time as he can, taking the attention away of 2 STS members, and that just won them the round. Ito na naman, lalaban na naman tayo, Sneaky.
Oh, headshots galore para sa STS, pero hindi nila in-expect si Justin at si Yotib na biglang lalabas dito sa SD at sa CB. I think they were anticipating na ito yung magiging play dito ng STS, no, considering na 2-0 itong ating Execration, and you're kind of seeing na, you know, if you want to maybe dip your toes in, malay mo din, may can catch them off guard dito sa B-side.
Exactly. At least, no, favored pa rin dito for Execration. End of the day, contact made kay Loy. They're all good for them. Medyo delikado lang. So, back off. End of the day naman, Sneaky, they're just gonna go back to the site. Or go forward rather to the site. Not go back to the site, but they're going back dito sa kanilang RS, taking the scenic route. Kumbaga, no? Kung nasaan si Loy, he's right there sa mid-con. at baka magkamali pa siya ng challenge. Hindi natin nakita ngayon. Nakita tumawid. Folex will take damage. And damage is all he will get. Loy, information has been found. Checking CB, pero hindi niya alam na palapit sa kanya.
Has to get away just in time, no? Nakarating na nga siya ng EA, safe and sound. A site and the B site having their own defenders in this one. Pero si Justin naka-timing pa nga sa kanilang mid-push. Hindi pala defender itong si Loy. Instead, he will be the defender all the way from the long side. KLP, good shot galing sa kanya. Still a bit suspicious na pwede pa may galing dito sa storage B. Pero Loy, mapapabalik na nga
Alam
dito
pa
sa
si Loy?
A-site natin. Timing is everything. Loy jumping and seeing Folex. Coincidentally, nandun pala sila pare. Loy with the USP blinding Yotib. No scope, not gonna
Oy,
work,
pwede
but
pa.
the USP will. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. C4 now in the hands of Yotib. Mapapacheck siya dito ng Z. Tamang harap-harapan sa kalaban. KLP, buti na lang may bala pa ang USP na doon pare. 2-1, STS finally a point on the board.
And immediately, the first time out, no? Even if they win the round, I feel like that was a pre-med cook dito ni Coach Tanks, like in the middle of the round, no? I mean, to be fair, things were not going their way. Natalo sila ng 2 members to 3, right? You had Loy and KLP here to work with, pero end of the day, no, medyo alanganin pa rin yung mga situation na yun, even if you won the round. So Stallions, not going to be frugal, no, is I think the word dito, with their timeout and just use it expeditiously. What is the adjustment kaya ni Coach Tanks that he had to say it at round number 4, right? That is one thing that I'm going to be looking forward at. And meanwhile, on the opposite side of Execration, si Folex, I don't know what you're doing.
Folex with the lineup. Literal na anti-smoke, no? Pwede natin sabihin dito pare. Pwede. Pero, in-game, hindi yan pwede, men. Pero para naman dito sa Team Stallions, so yun nga, I feel like their stability is kind of off dito sa mapa natin. I feel like Execration knows when are they gonna do yung mga, you know, B pushes, kaya na nakita natin sa pillar. They took heavy damage at the start of the round, no? Evidently. And, yun nga, it kind of took a Herculean effort galing sa mga players dito ng Team Stallions, especially on individuals, to kind of get around back on the board, no? Pero hindi yun yung, that's not the Stallions lingo. That's not the Stallions method, pare. The Stallions method is teamwork, making it work. Pero, yun nga, some individuals having to do a lot more work than usual, pare.
Exactly. Speaking of the individuals, no, Kadno, KLB, Loy, and actually, let me just pull up the data, no? Data says here, no, in the Swiss stage, pare, there are 2 members of Stallions in the top 10, 1 member in the top 30 in the rankings of the stats, and top 50 isa. Pero yung isang hindi umabot ng top 50, that's KLP, no? So yeah, individuals, there are better ones dito sa ating Stallion side. Opposite side, Execration, every one of them is above top 50, top 30, top 10, no? So consistency is key dito sa Execration. While we go back dito sa ating game, what is the approach that changed for STS? I'm still seeing the same default. Will it be the mid-round? Will it be the reaction kapag may ginawa tong Execration? We're yet to find out. Pero Execration planning to make a pre-move of their own, storming Storby as 4.
They're trying to bait anyone from Team Stallions na kumuha na onting tingin dito sa may Storby area natin. Pero kailangan naman dito pare, meron kang cover ng kakampi mo, pero one flash and this could lead to doom and gloom. Pero nakita niya pa rin si CBN right through the door. Waiting, pero nakuha niya pa rin Justin doon. KLB almost getting 2, pero Yotib, really good save in that situation. There is no reason kung bakit nakakuha doon ng dalawa si Kano. Suddenly it's a 2 versus 3.
Okay, no? Kano, how did he pull that second kill out of nowhere, man? So as out to the USP, instantly gets the headshot. Buti na natin si Yotib with a quick swap as well to the USP. But then again, man, disadvantage. Execration. I mean, that's not what the timeout was for, I would assume. Pero, hey, if it works, it works. Unassumingly, no? Para dito sa Stallions, Folex now tasked with trying to clear the whole of mid, the EA curve. Ko-connect ba siya dito? Nandito lang sa RS si KLP will hear that gunshot ring. Has to clear the site. JJ tagged. And he kills him off. Folex down.
Had to be the C4-2. Folex was supposed to be the contingency plan, but instead, he is the first pair to fall dito sa kanilang two-man play. And Team Stallions onting retaliation para sa kanila pare. Finally, we are seeing it in their form. But at the same time, Execration getting a bit reckless with some of these angles pare. But at the same time, SDS not biting on the bear traps anymore, man.
They really...
Oh.
Ayun. Yun ang kumagat sa bear traps, Nikki. Si Justin, he stepped right on the landmine and that prompts Execration to make a move. Again, this Storby.
Kano still gets one. How is that possible? Even with a nade out, he still gets itong si MBA. But 3 players still alive para sa Stallions. 1 intent on securing itong B-side natin. Pero JJ, seeing Folex actually in that cheeky jump peek na ginawa niya dito sa my servers. Preyotive. Also suspicious na pwede may flank na mangyari dito. Especially buhay na buhay pa si Loy. And actually, best course of action dito sa Execration. A minute and 35. I think you should try to find Loy muna pare.
They really need to find Loy, pero do you want to spend that extra time, no? When you can just face a 3v2 dito sa site natin. Loy will take some time to arrive, pero this still a problem of JJ and KLP. Delikado yan. Kita agad si LP! Oh! And Loy is out of the picture, pare. He can try. It's not impossible.
Needs to get this guy.
But look at who's right here.
Blank.
What?
Yep. Happens to the best of us. Pero Loy, hold on, wait a minute. Lest you cast out this man, and Loy, he's been known to kill this man specifically, pare. CBN down! Oh my goodness me, Loy. He just used yung kanyang dalawang teammates dito. Pan-distract lang pala yung mga nandito sa EB. But Loy was the real attack from the backside. And SDS, even in the most impossible angles, nagawa na nila ng paraan.
Okay, that one was just straight up out of a fairy tale, pare. Like, Loy, we're gonna try our best, You try to clutch. And he did clutch, pare. SDS somehow has the lead. Very,
Paano siya nakadaan ng window? That's the thing. That's just unfair.
I know, right? Like, hindi, nauluhan niya pa nga through that window angle, pero KLB gets CBN right off the get-go. Kano na naman, no?
Destroy your confidence, pare. Kano still in the exact same place that he was in the earlier rounds. Pero NBA masyadong binilisan ng kanyang pag-crawl dito sa bintana natin, pare. And I feel like Execration operating on the assumption na wala nang magtatao dito sa storage B. But, yeah, Kano usually doesn't like to share, pare.
Yep, exactly. So now, are you really still gonna press this when Kano is just doing like that? Okay, he's dead. Do we press?
Oh,
I'll handle this.
Sabi dito ni KLV, I got the counter for you as well. Here's a TRT to the chest. Si Yotib na lang natitira dito sa sitwasyon. Granted, posible pero it's kind of surrounded. Loy, first player down. Was the peak necessary? No, pero ayun nga, Stallions, you gotta send the message dito sa Execration, pare. Timeout.
Okay, so wait lang, let me check my memory. How many timeouts has there been in this day?
5.
So there's one here, there's 2 here, there's 2 in the first day. There's 5 in this series, there's 4 sa second series, and there's 3 sa first series. I can't do my maths, that's 12.
Remember
right, so that's 12. So,
2024,
yeah, a timeout dito.
Pare, walang gumagamit ng timeout. I feel like in 2025, everybody forgot that the timeout feature was a thing. So,
pang lang yun. Pang CR break.
Omsin, pare. Pero why would you waste a timeout when you can hit them with the classic galawan? It has 2 letters.
No, do not summon. We already had 5, do not summon.
Hindi ka na isasama.
Bad juju, stay
pero
away.
Alam nyo na yung sinasabi ko.
Alam nyo na.
Of course, cheeky reset lang naman pag ganun na sitwasyon, pare. Pero with the 30-second timeout, pili ko Execration trying to see if they can kinda make up a new game plan, no? Kasi maganda naman yung ginawa nila kanina, Nabebait nila palabas itong Stallions dito sa kanilang mga posisyon. But ever since that timeout, and it seems like Tank said something dito sa team natin, we seem to see a whole lot more discipline of Stallions dito sa mapa natin.
I mean, of course, they lost a map, man. You realize how much Coach Tax values every map, right? Like, there has to be some serious talking to dito sa ating SS players. Execration though, sinabi mo na napapalabas nila kanina itong mga STS members natin. Ngayon, in the past few rounds, sila naman yung nabebait pa loob dito sa Storby. And I think that has been a trend. If Kano was KSA with the FNTP dito sa ating Storby pare, it would have been a very different story. But that's Kano, right? He gets a kill while swapping guns, while holding the damn utility. So it's fair to assume that the timeout is warranted. But I don't think it's warranted. It's sane moves dito to still go Storby because sure, wala na si Kano, but it's KLB.
Uy,
Wait.
KLP! He still gets the headshot! Grabe, napatay na pa nga dito si NBA pero nasa na yung reaction galing kay Kano. Never mind, he's dead. Justin killed him in mid habang may kababalaghan na nangyayari dito sa Storage B. Lloyd JJ KLP, hell of a retake to do, pare.
That's a big retake. And of course, Loy, you know the protocol. You go to CB, you flank, let these two guys die, and then clutch out the round, man. Pero susundan siya ni KLP, the classic one more, pare. But KLP, nagparamdam, alam na sila dito, and they have to go press na.
But nag-pick si Justin. Oh, Polex will get JJ. CBN will get KLP. Loy will be getting both. Aabot pa! Hindi aabot. Hindi aabot si Loy. I saw the 3 right before the defuse, pare. Oh my goodness.
Not safe.
Taking the life out of us, pare.
That was a technical Ay, sinabi ko na yung ano mangyayari, di ba? Magpa-flank si Loy, sumama si KLP, namatay silang dalawa, Loy clutched it up almost. Technical foul dito for SDS and they will give Execration one more round. Nakita mo, ganun namatay si Kano dun sa may curve natin. Continuing dito sa ating small screen, no, dahil alam naman na natin paano nakuha ni Loy yung mga kills pero hindi yung round. It's a different approach na. Finally, Sneaky, they're going away from the pillars and might you fancy a stroll dito sa CA, possible dito sa LA din, no? KLB sure nandyan pero just throw a flash, just throw a nade, no, and force him out the angle. Tapos sabayan yun ng may kabaong, there's a coffin waiting right for
Uy, tatlo pala sila nandito sa mid, pare. Surprise! Itong Execration not expecting the second and third player to pop out of mid. Yotib, nakita na si Kano na sumobra. And si Loy as well. You know, the usual suspects. Ayun, napahold na lang sila, pare. The attackers are down. Here comes the backup though. Pero tignan mo si KLP. Swooping on in with that USP and getting the Yotib. And Execration trying to go for a fast mid crunch, assuming na isa lang yung nakabantay dun, pare. And they assume wrong.
Okay, it's the final round dito for our first half, Sneaky. And just a little bit more, we're going to finally see the side swap, but Justin gets the first kill, the second quite good, and they have to go for more here.
Whoa! Folex getting JJ as well. Just a full mid clear. Stallions trying to see if they can get a quick one dito sa may mid side, but instead it will be KLB with a quicker shot compared nga dito kay Yotib. Pero ngayon, Justin, Folex already damaged from the initial fight na nangyari dito sa may mid side. KLB also a bit damaged after that initial fight. Dito sa storage view, pero Justin will be getting taken down. Folex stacked up as well. If he can get one more dink, this would be good. KLB getting the kill on MVA. Makes it a possibility para kay KLP na tumingin para sa clutch dito sa ating site. KLP having to catch both players dito sa may server. CBN headshot yan. Matic. And that's gonna be neck and neck game. Exec keeping it close before the half turns, pare.
Yeah, I feel like some of these rounds, no, end of be all natin dito would be Loy. Pero at the end of the day pa rin, like Execration, they overstayed their welcome dito sa story natin. There are a lot more different angles. And once na ginawa nga nila yung ibang angle na yun, specifically mid, guess what? Stallions was already prepared and covering those angles. So, like, okay, alam namin nalilipat din kayo anytime soon. Pero the smart thing that Stallions did was, okay, di mo na kami lilipat. We know you're gonna keep pressing this twice, thrice, 4 times. And they did. And they lost because of that, right? And nung nag-swap naman dito si Execration papunta ng mid, guess what? Tatlo yun nandun sa may kabahaw, tatlo yun nandun sa may curve, right? And ang hirap isipan ng solusyon because you did not have that versatility and that map control all around the map. You just focus on one area dito, Execration, and I think that was the bane of your BL. Keeping it close though is fine, Sneaky, but honestly, we could have gotten more from the blue skull here, right?
Yun nga. Execration, I feel like they could have gotten a bit more distance dito sa kanilang first half pare, no? Considering that they were actually winning their a fair few fights dito sa Storage B. They just barely looked at A side in this entire game, no? In all honesty, and I feel like they really tried to exploit itong Stallions kind of overfighting for the B play. Pero titigan natin if that's gonna be enough in that situation. Pero, yun nga, 5-4 ang ating labanan pare, STS. We'll try to see if they can finish this one. Pero Execration, not that far from the goal as well pare.
Exactly, no? Replay natin dito, medyo from the previous round pa. I feel like could have been a winnable situation if SS played it right. Pero Execration, you gotta give them a round from time to time. So the setup right now is, well, they pressured our pillars B. We're gonna pressure their pillars B. And look at how many members they brought to the party here, Execration. There's 3.
CBN, chill!
Chill, man. You gotta let them in, CBN. You don't go out.
Cloyd has another idea, pare. Pakiramdam niya yata na okay, magpapaingay lang dito yung STS at babalik ako dito sa sitwasyon na to. But yeah, I think he forgot about the factor of etong si Loy, pare, who is constantly hunting for his head specifically. Flash is gonna go through. Hindi naman ang bulag dito si Yotib and he is gonna be out. No problem, pero kailangan niya ng onting tulong galing dito kay Fall X to bail him out of this long situation. Pero wala na magagawa yung Stallions dito. I feel like there's too many players helping.
There are too many players, but KLP, to the blinders, man. To the blinders, he will get one. And he's feeling a bit peaky here. It's not gonna continue. Yotib will try to assess the situation, pero alanganin, no? I feel like a timing situation lang to between him and KLP, pero it's like a Mexican showdown, pero walang naglalabas ng baril, no? At this situation. Everyone is holding each and every angle. Kumbaga 1-1-1-1 to eh. 2-2, pero CBN first contact kay Loy.
Ooh, and yun nga, no, CBN, if you get 3 more, we might see you on the quadruple 1 page pare. Shout out to that guy. Pero, Kano, wanting to make a own island reel in this one. Justin now down. Second shot not gonna miss para kay KLB, pero nagkaharangan sila dito. Pero KLB will be getting MBA in return. Yotib, the only one left alive. Here comes a nade! And you can't outrun the shrapnel dito ni Yotib, and it will be a diffuse Execration, tie things up in the second half.
That was a legal shot. And that is going to be Execration getting their round. GR side is kinda easier, no? Now that you don't really have to force things around the map. Talking to you, CBN, you do not have to go through the window when there's 3 of you there, pare. So, still gonna be testing the waters alongside dito si kay MBN. Yotib, no? Siya yung naman ilalagay lang sa pillar. 3 members towards me dito for Execration, meaning that they are expecting a fast push na gagawin dito ng Stallions boys natin. Maybe a bit too early kasi usually Stallions does that in the middle of a transitional round. Pero yun nga, no, get out of the way. Yun yung sinabi nila. I don't know, there's a desire or whatnot, or yeah, exactly what happened, the fumble there. The execution getting sloppy, man.
Yun nga eh. STS, it's not really about the bad map control or bad situations or bad macro na meron sila dun, pare. Sadyang lumina lang talaga yung dalawang players dito sa AD and everybody got shot at the same time. Balezi,
where the players go.
under tower will be the way to go. CBN will be staying here the entire time. Kasama niya naman dito si Justin. And we'll be trying to see if he can get a cheeky pick off. Especially na nasa gitna siya na smoke where you are likely to not be spotted. KLP, careful. Yung ulo mo baka ma-expose. Pero si JJ napapatay kay Justin. Hindi na makakaalis si Paul X. Si CPN pa kahit nakataka sa lahat ng players from that mid play. And I feel like CBN, he wants to keep fighting dito sa may mid-side natin. It's gone desperate para sa Execration. And KLP spotting na meron pang tao na nasa loob ng kabaong. However, no swings yet from the side of Stallions. They are taking their sweet time, making sure na magsispread out pa dito Execration bago sila pumasok, pare.
They're gonna go the reset and the classic double dip here, Sneaks. MVA and CBN ready though, pero alam ba nila kung nasan talaga nakapwesto? They're gonna hit the site.
Oh, NBA! Double spray! Nakabantay na ka dito sa loob ng Ecoms natin. KLP will be going down. Good 3K galing kay MBA. CBN babawi nga ba? Mukhang
Loy?
hindi. Loy, one tapping him once again. Fake plant. MBA nakatingin sa taas. Nakatoka pero hindi mapapatay si Loy. Good spray! With the HK. Yotip, the only one left alive. HK sa kanyang kamay. It does 34 per bullet, so 1 to the chest is enough. And it seems like it is. 25 seconds left. Plenty of time and a second 1v11 para kay Yotib.
Yotib, man, he has been giving value to Execration time and time again. Yes, there are some shots na sumasala and that is a part of every single sniper's life. But yeah, Lionel Lores, man, he's delivering very much so dito, giving Execration the lead. And I feel like Stallions, if they could have just pressed even more, okay sana yung ginawa nila para KLP, no? Finds a trade low as well. At dire-diretso lang itong mga Stallions natin.
Why though? Why now? Like kanina pa gumagana yung inside hold nila, pare, at ngayon pa sila sa sala ng ganitong na type ng ground. Maybe trying to surprise itong Stallions, pero alam mo naman yung Stallions, pagdating sa suntukan, never yan nagugulat. Minsan, mapapasapak pa nga yung kalaban na una at sila makakasagot ng 5. And it is a point on the board para sa Stallions.
It's like that pink matter sneak in the box, and then he tries to go out of the box and he gets gut punched. I feel like that's what happened. That is what happened dito sa Execration. Now they're not gonna go out and about. They're just gonna hold in the perimeters, pare, and that is guaranteed naman to get at least a kill unless KLP denies the instant trade. Nandito nakatalikod si CBN, pero just how close is KLP willing to gamble this one, pare? Hawak-hawak na nila dito yung store. Babalik na naman sila. So they're just gonna plant the sniper in the watchtower and then try to get a split off from there. But that's a good need on both snipers of the end, no? Of both ends.
Yeah. Chance rin, no, para kay KLP. Step up to the plate, especially ganito naka-tense yung labanan natin, pare. Usually nagbe-breakdown yung mga ibang players natin on the lower table, but with STS and Execration, mountains of experience behind them, they cannot afford to crumble sa round na ganito, pare, especially knowing one more point, that's 3 strikes and you're out dito sa ating series. Pero STS attempting to take itong store A natin and will successfully do so, no? Pero this is just a spot in the map na pwede ka maglagay ng isang player and the rest will go from the EA side. Pero yeah, Stallions, it's getting a bit obvious para sa kanila, pare.
Parang medyo halata rin na nagpaparamdam sila just to make sure na may mas maraming tao doon. For this mid to happen, Loy will get a trade, but the rest of the people are going from A long.
Dude! Bolex getting dude dito sa long side natin. CBN will be getting Loy. And the headshot machines para sa Execration fully activating and at full capacity. Pero KLB his own right, just as good on the HK. Pero 1 HP ka na lang, pare. And another one para kay CBN and Execration. Fall X and CBN on a mission, man.
No timeouts left dito. If ever Execration or STS gets themselves on fire and goes on a run for the round, Sneaky, wala makakapigil. They have to claw their way back. No, kailangan nila i-douse ng apoy dito yung kanila or i-douse ng water yung mga nagbabaga nilang kalaban, no? So far, the blows that they've been trading, Sneaky, parang they just can't light the match yet, no? They can't light the match to set the streak on fire talaga. So I feel like if this keeps on going in terms of Slugfest, we would lean towards STS with getting the wins, no? Pero Execration, yung pathfinding nila, no? Especially with Utib getting some kills and Folex just activating and CBN, no? Resurgence for him. Very great with how he has performed in map 1 and map 2.
Yep.
So group up na lang. and then hit B with KLB waiting on mid and just reconnecting.
Yeah, and Execration trying the AG approach actually. Na hindi nila tatalunin yung Stallions pagdating sa head-to-head fights. No, there will be fights to open up the sights and maybe open up a play. Pero gusto talagang talunin ng Execration itong Stallions when it comes to positioning. Para just better positions, better angles na ina-hold nila this entire time. And ayun na nga, papaback na nga ang STS. B-side ain't looking too good para sa kanila. KLB will be left in the position sa store B window. Pero A-side yung gusto nilang kunin. Folex and CBN. Hell of a responsibility. Folex mapapapik. CBN mapapasala. Pero nakita lang dito si KLB. And the rest of the Stallion squad will be filing on towards mid. Pre-fire galing kay Justin. He gets 2. 2 versus 2.
KLB.
Yotib, KLP spotting each other. Yotib mapapabalik sa loob ng side. It's a quick scope kay KLP. Yotib probably spotting kung nasan si Loy. MVA trying to see if he can get this, pero Yotib, inupuan na lang dito si Loy. Execration, 2 more points. And this could be the long-coveted upset na 3 times na nila tinatay, pare.
4 times the charm, apparently. And the gap that you must acknowledge, it feels like parang wala, no? Sneaky. Every single round that Execration has been getting here cleanly by brute force, by some way, somehow, that gap has been shortened, no? Mile after mile after mile. Yung binuo ng Stallion sa spring, yung binuo nila sa CFS Stars noong 2025 sa Grand Finals, slowly shrinking. And it's coming from uncanny mistakes, very, very weird defaults with a very vague endpoint of objective, no? Sure, dito they are trying, pero yung offense nila, Sneaky, napapansin ko, para sila talaga nagpapahalata to a point na they want more contact and they want to just fight through the aim. And Execration, they're willing to oblige. Tingnan mo to. Ang bagal na ginagawa ng Stallions, and there's already 3 members, pero may rotation pa naman yung C4. Papunta ng CB or binibigay dito kay Loy? Saan siya ko-connect? Pag bumalik ng CB, preparado ang Execration, man. If they want to continue this.
Ito yung sinasabi ko, El. They want to beat Stallions with positioning, not direct firepower, pare. Bakit mo naman lalabanan ng harap-harapan tong Stallions when you can just sit inside of the site, especially dito sa ilalim ng store B, sa ilalim ng B site, which is very hard to clear. Especially kung papasok kayo as rifles. So a lot more options para sa Execration at the moment. Now spotting na kanina pang walang gumagalaw dito sa A site and or sa mid. So Stallions will try to go for a straight up take via store B. Kano needs to hit that lineup na pangharang na smoke. Ito sa EB. Pero uy, walang naspatan sa mid. Flashes, nades, everything. Wala pang tinatapon dito yung Execration. HE's flash is still available. Yotib, flashbang, quick scope, KLB, Kano, and KLB again. Spraying on down! At nagkaubusan na lang ang mga B players natin. It was a straight up fist fight indeed. And Stallions said, let it ride on the B side. Let's just send it.
It was a 5-on-5. They had the position in Execration. But what did SDS have that Execration did not? Firepower and the ability to just concentrate on which angles these boys are gonna focus. Parang nung pumasok sila 5, kanya-kanyang tutok ng angle, and man, Execration feels bad to like lose around like that when you had all 5 on the site. If there was a cheeky nader too, okay pa, pero ito si Folex, he's gonna get cheeky naded. Another one. How about another one? But they're backing away. Pero si Kano, no? Talagang nagpaparamdam talaga siya. He's trying to sell this one really hard. Call him Shamwow.
Seems like I'm not convinced, pare. Kahit free 99 pa yan.
Plus 1 extra tool.
Plus 1 extra
Not
tool.
gonna buy it, man.
Call now.
When you buy
Kasi
now, get
pakiramdam
the
ko, men.
extra KTR 90.
I'm scared. Speaking of calling, I feel like now is the call para dito sa Stallions na kumuha ng play. Maybe now is not the time para kunin itong boxes natin, pare. And they are fully intent on just killing itong si Yotib. In all honesty, pare. They really are trying to find this sniper of Execration na kanina pa nagiging problema dito ng Team Stallions. Pero Folex a bit tempted to push itong CA. And if he can get a cheeky timing, maybe galing kay KLB, pero siya pala yung nagkamali doon, and Execration will lose 2 of their players in a very late stage ng ating round, pare. Execration, kailangan nang sumugal dito sa B. Wala nang choice.
Talagang they're just playing around the map, parang they're just dilly-dallying. That's the word I was trying to find, no? And now, Justin holding! Justin!
Justin getting 2!
Justin
Getting 3! Just tapping away dito sa Stallions! And where is the rest of Execration? Yotib trying to get the shot in, turning around. HC, not gonna be enough. KLP from the bottom side. USP na lang kailangan na dito. Sayang na sayang yun from Exe if they just got a really good trade-off galing dito kay CBN. Maybe a better position, pare. It could have been 9th. Pero Stallions, 8-8 ang ating scoreline. Pressure is on para sa Execration na kumuha na ng round para mapunta na nga to sa map point. Pero Execration
Diretso
using
lang.
the Stallions. Pillars push. Loy and KLP backing
Cancel.
off. Recognizing maaga pare na yeah, this might be a bit too hectic.
No deal. Sinabi yun ng Stallions. Pero if I was Justin, pare, nakakapanghinayang. You got the 3K, but still, the firepower of the rest of the Stallions, no, can't be stopped, and they're just now stacking 4-1 again. Isang mid-split dito kay LP on the tower, and they're just gonna burst into the A site. Stuck na naman tayo.
Is the stack worth it though, no? KLP more worried about the backside dito ng Coleman more than anything. Polex once again tapping away. Lloyd, KLP, now down. JJ nakaisa, nakadalawa na nga dito ang ating Stallions team. Kano, JJ, Kano not intending to stand up, but he still gets shot in the head. CBN with his own double. KLP, USP needs to hit, pero MVA gets it. The 9th para sa Execration, pero hindi pa tapos ang labanan, men. They still have to get the 10th.
And Stallions still have to get a 9. And you know what that means, Sneaky? I don't want to say it. There are plenty of things in this world that is inevitable. And this one, no? Stallions losing, well, it had to come, but we did not expect it to be now, no? They can still avert this. Pero with the way that they are rotating all around the map, parang naggagala na lang sila sa mga areas ng new compound just to check out what's up. Yun na lang yung napapansin ko. And then they're stacking, leaving one guy on the opposite end, bursting, and 100% of the time, every time they did that, Execration was prepared. Wala nang doubt sa utak na Execration to just stack. Because
I'm not sure how this
napaka-simple ng ginagawa dito ng SS. They're just raw dueling the boys in white and blue.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this one, El. Ayun nga, B-site looking prime and ready para mag-execute itong STS, pero sa ganitong posisyon sila natalo kanina eh. Unless ma-replicate nila yung nagawa nilang Storby madness, no, where they just, 5-man itong Storby natin and still somehow got all 5. But that is asking for a lot para sa Stallions, pare. Execration, maybe looking for an early peek. Galing kay CBN. CBN will be playing the corner. That's good. May magandang setup na sila dito sa B-side. All they have to do is sit and wait for the inevitable para dito sa Team Stallions. Is this it? Is this a win or is it overtime? CBN has to have a good timing right around this corner. Hindi ka pwede mag-peek pare. It has to be Yotib who's gonna be the first contact on site. CBN. I think he's hearing it. Flash grenade, everything on the side itself. Good shot, Kalaki Yotib. Here comes CBN on the right side. JJ, NBA will be getting the kill. Execration with only 2 players left to get it. And Execration finally, after 3 attempts, after 3 tries, finally beating Team Stallions.
The last time Stallions lost a local best of 3 in the group stage was June 21, 2025 against Pacific during PH Masters 2025. Ubek maniac na sila nun. At yung mga members nun, MVA at Justin, sila ulit ang nagbigay ng patalo sa Stallions boys in the Execration lobby. The Exe shot delivered final draw 2-1 victory for the side of Execration. And honestly, Sneaky, as much as I give credit where credit is due, questions upon questions upon questions will be asked about how Lions played that game. Pero later na natin yung isa lang, let's focus on the good things. Yotib, delivering shot after shot. CBN, slow start, diesel engine, that's what we like to see, delivering. MVA, medyo may doubts tayo about the IGLing, but of course we know that he also can work once his system is right there in place. And Folex, always the consistent man. At the end of the Stallions 23 win streak since CFS 2025 regional finals. Syempre, only counting local matches lang to mga kaibigan, no? Kasi syempre natalo sila sa international. Yun yung pinaka malupit. Sa summer qualifiers natin, phase 2, 3 wins. CFSC Masters 2026 Spring 11 wins, no losses. And 2025 regional finals STS 9 wins, no losses. Sa kailan sila natalo? Ngayon, June 13, 12:03 a.m. Sneaky, that was crazy. Bipolar, Mochi, bipolar and you're happy, but Mochi, what can you say about this one?
Again, this just amplifies and strengthens yung narrative natin kanino, no? If earlier on we are questioning, is this definitely the breakthrough na para dito for Execration now that they have Yote being integrated in their team? Is this finally the answer in order to break that curse of finishing very crucial? I guess the answer is yes. And this is our evidence. 1-2 in favor for Execration against the best, the strongest that we have so far here in the scene. Defeating the likes of AG. Dude, 2-1. Insane.
Mochi, is it a hot take? Nah, Bipolar will say, I was not surprised. 2 years in a row, Mochi, Bella, that uwu. Bipolar has a heart of execration. And nevertheless, I still love Stallions. Pero yung gap, Mochi, was it even there? I feel like from this
For
matchup
a very
alone,
short while, I guess.
for a very, very short one lang, no? A little
Yeah.
bit of backstory, Mochi. Nakausap din natin si Coach Tangs kanina. Funny enough, binigyan tayo ng mga answers. And sabi ni Coach, tinanong natin si Coach Tanks, may mga tinatarget ba tayo mga teams? May nagulat ba kayo na roster na parang, uy, lumakas to dahil sa roster change? Sabi ni Coach Tanks, this is coming from heart naman from Coach. Sabi niya, we all respect each and every team. They acknowledge that this season might be the most stacked great teams and there's no disrespect to any teams. However, it looks like they are right. The teams really did become greater than everyone could have imagined. Look at Execration, man. From a defeat that was 2-0 from the group stage of Masters, now in the first day ng group stage ng Summer Masters, Mochi. And this was a very, very, I believe Stallions map, alam to laruin ng Execration. But when they were on the GR side, it felt like Stallions didn't know what they were doing. Where was the disciplined Stallions that we were looking for? It was always brute force. Contact on contact. Bakbakan parang Manny Pacquiao. Haton na naman yung nakita natin dito, Mochi. Pero this time, Execration si Manny Pacquiao. How did this happen? Big question to Stallions, but big claps towards Execration, man. CYK, you are watching this right now. And I can see the smile on your face that you did not leave a team or you did not sub out for a team out of like leisure lang. You gave a spot towards Yotib. Lionel Flores once again giving the first shot sa last round to stop a B-push na almost 8 times inulit ng players natin mula sa Stallions. That is crazy.
Sobrang laking impact nito para sa ating mga istorya ngayon, no? Especially, this is just the first day. We are actually anticipating that there will be some changes. There will be some very close fights, pero not this early at all. Especially, na mukhang, yun nga, sabi ng direktor, ilagay nga natin ito sa schedule. Unang araw natin tong STS at Execration. Abay, dude, I don't know who made this, pero this dude read and expected something out of Execration. At yun na nakita rin natin ngayon, we can definitely see here from our set summary how they've been able to actually power through the entirety of the map of New Compound. And boy, oh boy, strong map nga naman talaga ito ni Execration, and they proved na kanila pa rin ang New Compound. And despite the fact that Team Stallions is trying to make their way in order to work out their processes, no? Dito sa mapang ito, it seems like it is still not enough. Dude, again, 2 of the members na tinalo nila na nakaraan, na wala ang Pacific Macta, ngayon, abay bumabawi ata sa ibang anyo at mga kasamang henerasyon ng mga players.
Oh my God, Mochi. I feel like we have to read what the production told us a little bit. Pero while we're looking at the stats, 18 rounds. It took 18 rounds. A battle between the Wild Dogs and the Horses of Stallions. 16-9 to Siloy. Gumana. 17-6 KLB top fragging once again. In the entire server together with CB and an IGL. 15-17. When was the last time that you saw with a negative KD? KLP did his work, JJ did his, pero Execration, everybody did their work. This is not the Execration that we know. This is levels above, and it's all
Look at
thanks to
that.
this man.
Look at that, no? I remember the time where during yung ating group stage ng spring, we're saying MVA is so underrated. And it's nice that we're seeing more of him right now. Being the MVP din dito, no, sa mapa ng New Compound natin. Again, the IGLs that we have so far, grabe yung mga utak nila, man. Grabe din yung mga mechanical na skills na meron sila dito. Na micros, lahat-lahat na, no, na may kapares na panulat yung ating baril or mga bala dito, no, sa ating lobby for today. And it's just crazy that a lot of people who are hard stand para sa Team Stallions ay makikita ang overview natin ngayon dyan sa baba at magtataka, magugulat, no? After the performance, such a performance na inilapag dito ng Execration. And I believe we have quite of an idea na kung sino kaya ang ating match MVP. It is no other than NBA pa din. Of course, no, 6-7.10 ang ating overall rating for him. At mapapasabi ka naman talaga na grabehan at napapanahon ang kanyang angking galing.
The oldest in the group of Stallions, Mr. Matthew Arnaez. Kung kanina na pag-usapan natin, age does not matter, Mochi, sa acceptance
Hindi
and
talaga.
as well as dito sa comeback friends. Well, guess what? Execration did it again, but in a style that they stopped the top 1 team for the last seasons that we can think of. Grabe dito, MVA. We know him to be a force to be reckoned with pagdating dito sa Antara. Looking at New Compound, he played well. Retakes after retakes, contacts after contacts, and using that engagement mula sa New Compound and amplifying it up until here on New Compound, well, guess what? Hindi nawala yung buga ng apoy dito ni NBA. With the TRG, kahit na IGL dito si Matthew Arnaez, nagampanan niya yung lahat by doing the impossible and still giving a lot of frags. This A-site hold mula kay NBA waiting for Yotem as well in one of these rounds. Sabi niya, wait lang, ano layo pa ni Yotem? I can get 2 more kills before the last player, KLP kills mo. Aantayin ko si Yotem. Pero this determination mula sa Execration, yun talaga ang nakita natin. Amazingness in action, Execration with the exit shot towards Team Stallions.
Grabe, no? Imagine, sino ba naman mag-aakala that after a total of how many wins? No, we have 49, 23 total wins, bigla lang masisira ito ng execration. Kaya naman, syempre, no, interview na natin at pakinggan natin ano ang masasabi ng the man himself, ang ating match MVP ng galing dito sa execration. NBA, congratulations! Grabe, no? Sang napakahabang araw na puno ng CROSSFIRE. Natalo nyo ang Team Stallions for our first day ng summer. Anong pakiramdam natin ngayon?
Masaya pero hindi fully masaya kasi marami pa kami makakalaban eh. Hindi lang naman sila.
Yeah. NBA, I do have a question here, no. Yes, matagal na sa scene ng CROSSFIRE si NBA. Ano yung weight ng win na to? Yes, group stage pa lang na to. Still very, very early. Pero I do believe may bigat tong laban na to with Stallions. Ano yung makakompare mo yun sa mga past matches mo?
Siguro sa ngayon, siguro hindi naman siguro sa i-compare ano lang siguro. Yung pag-usapan sa laro, maganda lang laro namin. Tsaka yung maganda yung comms namin, maganda lahat. Ayun.
I do have one more follow-up question, Emoji. Last one
Go.
ko para kay MVA. MVA, we spoke to ZYK beforehand, no? Sabi niya, sinulat ka lang daw niya dun sa registration na IGL ka bigla. And there was a team decision naman, di ba? Na parang lahat kayo kay MVA pupunta. Was it hard na mag-transition mula sa, ipapasok ko sa Execration after one season dito sa Masters, gagawin na agad akong IGL. And was it hard to see up against this first group stage nyo na parang nahirapan ka ba mag-IGL? Transition?
Hindi naman mahirap kasi hindi lang naman ako nagsasalita. Lahat kami nagsasalita. Kaya parang wala kaming IGL. Bali vocal lang talaga kami sa isa't isa. Kaya siguro napadali yung comms. Ayun.
Very interesting. Okay, MBA, pagka nagkakaroon ng mga desisyon, paano nyo ginagawa yung mga yon? Since ikaw na rin yung nagsabi na wala kayong IGL right now.
Hindi, kumbaga magtatanong-tanong kami kung ano mas okay, kung ito ba gagawin namin o ayun. Kung saan mas
Kinoconsult
papabor.
niya talaga.
Ayun.
I see.
Kinoconsult ko
That's
sila
easy.
kung ano mas maganda gawin. Ito or ayun. O,
Talagang team effort no MVA. Yun yung nakikita natin. Nakita pa nga namin sa Cubs. Sigaw ng sigaw si Forex eh. Parang siya yung pinaka-vocal dun sa mga laban niyo.
lahat kami nagsasalita din. Kasi mahirap pag may isang hindi magsasalita, tapos di ba? Mahirap pag dead air.
Okay.
Sa laro.
Okay, last question MVA kasi nakita ko yung yung last few rounds dito sa for the entirety of Execration, kasi aminin na natin, it was mostly B push for the entirety of Execration pagdating dito sa BL side nyo. Pagdating naman sa GR side nyo, it was mostly B side tapos like 20-30% nag-AA side ang Stallions. Ano yung thought process doon? Parang alam nyo ba, na-read nyo ba lahat ng plays dito ng Stallions? Haharapin tayo palagi dito sa store B, harapin tayo dito palagi sa long A, pero hayaan lang natin si Yotip doon. What happened sa
hindi,
sa
siguro
buong
ano lang.
yung compound?
Ano lang din namin, parang pakiramdam lang namin na kasi yung mga kampi ko, mahilig din yung info, ganun. Di sila natatakot kumbaga, kaya siguro nalalaman namin kung saan sila papasok.
Okay. Talaga active lang no lahat ng roster natin yan. Okay.
I
Thank
see.
you, MB.
Alright, last question siguro for me, no? Bago ko ibigay ang iyong entablado para makapag-shoutout, MBA. Again, a total of 23 wins ang meron ng STS. Kayo ang nakasira ng streak na yon. Paano nyo nasabi na kayo na ang makakakuha nitong seryeng ito? Ano yung nakita nyo sa kanila? And what does this win mean para sa Execration?
Siguro yung STS. Hindi naman kami totally nag-aano sa pagkatalo sa STS kasi yung sinabi ko kanina na hindi lang naman sila kalaban namin eh. Wala kaming pakialam kung kami nakaputol ng win streak nila.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ganun lang talaga. Naka-focus lang talaga.
Focus lang
dito.
kami kasi marami pang laban eh. Hindi lang naman sila yung kalaban namin.
Yung unang araw pa lang. Okay.
Grabe. Alright.
Grabe.
Congratulations ulit, NBA. Well
you.
deserved ang ating titulo dito for match MVP. The floor is yours. Shoutout mo na at thank youan mo na ang lahat ng gusto mong shoutout at sabihin dito sa ating broadcast.
Shoutout sa mga kampi ko, sa XC family, tsaka sa boss namin, kay Boss B. Yun lang. Tsaka sa mga sumusuporta sa amin. Ayun lang.
Congratulations, NBA.
Congrats. Grabe. Very refreshing. And seems like di pa nga tapos ang laban, umpisa pa lang to. A long way to go. At good luck sa inyong mga susunod na mga serye.
Thank
Good
you.
luck, NBA. Maraming salamat.
Grabe. My Fuller, what a day. Alang oras tayo nag-start? Nag-start tayo 2:30 on the countdown, 3 sa mga laban. At anong oras tayo natapos? It's already the next day. Sabado na, guys. And what a way to end Friday as well, no? Kaya pala sinasabi nila, happy Friday. Kasi talagang masaya yung mga nakikita nating mga laban dito, no? Ang lala ng mga naging performance sa ating mga teams dito. And it's so nice, oh. It's breath of fresh air. Parang nag-inhale ka ng isang buong sandamukan na alimuong sa sobrang tindi ng mga nangyayari for tonight. Kasi, dude, di ba ang refreshing? Ang lala ng kanilang mga performance, and who would have thought that we will see Pervid, Comeback Friends, and Execration sa ating unang 3 spots para sa ating unang araw ng group stage.
Yes. I mean, looking at the statistics ng Mochi, this was the storyline before. Habang first 3 weeks pa lang naman tayo ng Masters every time that we are here. It's still the start. So anything can happen. Pero to see them in these kinds of spots, well, this is pretty insane. To see Stallions in number 8. When did that ever happen? In the org of Team Stallions, I think never. Ngayon lang natin nakita yon. But wow, looking at it, every Cebuano team actually, tanggalin na lang natin dito yung Fervid, no, is in the bottom. That's actually pretty insane.
Very
Magbabago pa naman
surprising.
yan tomorrow, no, Mochi? Kasi itong mga 4-2-7 spot natin, maglalaro pa yan tomorrow.
Yeah, of course, no. But again, no, I really admire yung mindset din ni MVA that despite that this means a lot. This is actually history book level of achievement. Kahit na, again, first day pa lang na ating group stage. Talagang, dun lang talaga siya nakafocus, no, sa resulta internally ng kanilang team. Which is amazing. And I can't wait to see more para dito sa ating mga teams. Kaya ito na nga ang ating schedule for tomorrow. We'll be having taring Bobby, and as well as acceptance team, and we also have veteran versus SCS, and as well as VP versus matches. This is gonna be quite a challenge for them after what happened earlier on against Forbid. This is gonna be pretty crazy again.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it, Mochi, it's gonna be interesting tomorrow to a point na parang I see the likes of these Rosy teams natin, no, na parang garnering even more with the presence of veteran last season. Did they learn something with Taring Bobby in and looking at their qualifiers na parang, uy, lakas ng team na to ah. Can they possibly win against Acceptance? It might be possible. Pero I feel like Matches and VP, may hidden vendetta pa yung dalawang teams na to. Lalo na kay Vincent ah. So we're pretty excited dun sa matchup na yun, Mochi. But yeah, last words coming in from me siguro, Mochi, is everybody is improving. And you love to see it. Sir Alex, sinabi mo, mag-enjoy kami dito. You said we should enjoy. And I think everybody enjoyed hearing CROSSFIRE Philippines.
Everyone's enjoying so far, and I feel like that just makes us hungrier for more, though. The greed is consuming us for more, next level Filipino CROSSFIRE, if I may say. And I guess that is everything that there is to see para dito sa ating unang araw ng group stage for the CFS SEA Masters 2026. Marapat naman na pasalamatan natin ng ating prod. Grabe, no? From morning up to now, 12 hours on duty or more na siguro, no? Talagang lahat ng dugo, pawis, effort, talagang nilatang nila dyan. Please magpahinga po kayo mamaya. Maraming salamat sa paghatid ng napakagandang broadcast dito. Wala kayo, wala ito. Of course, maraming salamat din sa mga teams na nagbuhos ng oras and as well as pagod dito, no? syempre sa mga co-casters ko na rin, Bipolar, Sticky Frog, El Ramon, thank you so much for your presence here, and as well as kay Salvatore, no, na biro mo kahit nasa swimming yun, dumadalaw-dalaw yun dito, and as well as sa'yo. Maraming salamat sa pagtambay dito for this entire day, kasi biro mo naman, ang daming nangyari, and I'm pretty sure na pwede mo nang ikwento yan sa mga tropa mong hindi nakanood, no, sa kung ano yung mga nangyari, isummarize mo lang sa kanila, kasi I'm pretty sure baka ipaulit nila sa'yo lahat kasi hindi sila maniniwala sa'yo kaagad. Pero again, this is just the first day of our group stage, and tomorrow we will be back for more. And for now, remember to keep the fire burning, at tayo magkikita muli for more Crossfire action tomorrow. See you and good night.